It's Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023, here again in St. Louis, Missouri for another packed episode of Mostly Superheroes. That is right. DC is trying again with another film before they do the whole reboot. Coming up here with James Gunn just shaking it up over there. Another movie that was made before all that happened. We're going to talk all about it. Here in the studio, we have the Giggler. We got Scotty Scoop and Danny Patron zooming in from Texas. A lot of fan mail, a lot of news, and some DC. Let's get into it and nerd out. This is Mostly Superheroes. Hello, and welcome to Mostly Superheroes. Live with you on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, where you get podcasts, where you get talk shows. We're a monthly pursuit for the world's best stories. And we got a story that we're going to talk all about today called Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Giggler, talk to us about the music. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I love this song. It gets me going. I know we're in for another treat.
Man, I do love it. I'm not even like a wrestling guy. Like John Cena, I know who he is. I know him, Peacemaker. But this song, good to see you, buddy. How you been? How's life? How's Stephanie?
Choice.
What's going on? I've been seeing a lot of you. We saw a movie last night together, but
all's well. Busy, but that's fine. Keeps things moving, but still plenty of fun on the weekend. St. Pat's was a good time last weekend. Had a nice 3-day weekend there, but unfortunately had a staycation the prior week ruined by bronchitis. So, but I'm good now. Still got a little lingering cough, but other than that,
God, gross.
We're having fun.
Yeah. God. All right. Well, I hope you're not sick.
It's not contagious.
That's a small studio.
I had antibiotics 2 weeks ago. I'm good.
Okay, that's what everybody says. Oh, yeah. I'm better now.
I'm already off it. Yeah.
Scotty Scoop. Scoop. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What a good day.
A good day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've seen this movie twice.
2 times.
And
Shazam 2.
Shazam 2.
Yeah, the
twice.
movie's so nice you had to see it twice.
And you have another medical story for us that we'll talk about during our theater experience.
I do.
Another
I do
medical.
Indeed.
Like, what the hell's going on with you?
Yeah, I don't know, man. At 42, I'm falling apart.
This one's my favorite so far, though.
If the devil shows up, make the deal, guys. Make the deal.
Make the deal. This is one that had, it broke me. Like, you were telling me before the movie, and I couldn't even focus on the movie because all I was thinking about was this story. So
Nice.
Listeners are in for a real treat. And all the way from Texas, Danny Patron. Yeah.
Howdy.
Yee-hoo!
Happy to be back.
How you doing, man?
I am great, man. Life is good. I did not get my staycation canceled last week, so took a little trip with a girlfriend out to Fort Worth. She was on spring break. She's a teacher, so took advantage of that. Weather was nice for one of the days we were there, so nice to get out of town a little bit without paying for plane tickets and all the other stuff with travel. So it was good, but been looking forward to this. Had a chance to see Shazam on Monday. Did the full 8 dinner at the movie theater experience with the reclining chairs.
Nice.
It was a good one.
Hell yeah.
So.
Well, I was just telling Scotty, it's been exactly 1 month since we've been in here, and so that's a whole month of you being with your girlfriend. I mean,
yeah. Update.
Nice.
Yeah, update. You guys are...
she hasn't left me yet, so she, she's been quite exposed to the nerd stuff. Some of it she's more into than others. So,
What's her favorite?
No, man, all good.
Yeah,
what's that?
What's she into?
What's her
What is she watching or reading, or what does she do?
Yeah, what does she nerd
What's
out
her thing?
about?
Yeah, she reads a lot of like mystery novels. She's been reading, and not a huge Marvel fan, but seen a good chunk of it. She started the watch it chronologically and got, I think, the Iron Man 3. And then she said they kind of fell off. It was like a COVID thing she was doing. She'd seen a bunch of them, but they were going to do it in order. So I think it's kind of like my other buddy who goes with us, his girlfriend, where when we do the Marvel, the girls will come. When we do DC, they're like, eh.
Yeah.
So hopefully DC can turn that around with James Gunn, get everybody in there. Theater was definitely not as crowded, unfortunately, on Monday. And, I think some of the numbers will show it when we talk about it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next after having seen this and knowing, James Gunn's got the lead.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to get to some DC fandom with you today. Absolutely. And hello and welcome back, listeners, to Mostly Superheroes. Yeah, you just said it, Andy. St. Patrick's Day has come and gone. St. Louis did a big festival. They always do in a couple different parts of town, downtown, Dogtown. If you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, hope you had a good and a safe one. And we always feature what we're eating when we remember to, anyway. Here locally in St. Louis, we talk about these guys all the time. The Gramophone. I'm going to give it up. We ate there in person. I had to walk this way. I'll get out of the way. We all had the mac and cheese as a side.
Best thing on the menu.
Carrie got the Jive. You got the
Mississippi Nights Club.
Mississippi Nights Club. And
all up in my grill. Cheese.
So much cheese. Delicious. Great place in the Grove. Danny P., what'd you have?
I went to one of my local staples, Poke Sushi Bowl. That's literally the name of it, period after every word. I love it because they gave me a business card, and every time I go in there, they write the date on there and give me 10% off. So I tip them 10% to give it right back. But, good crushed 2 sushi rolls and a poke bowl. So my stomach is full of rice right now.
Nice. So we're all carved up. We're all ready to really nerd out.
Ready for the long haul.
And we got a lot to get into. So let's just break it wide open and get into some fan mail.
Fan mail.
We'll continue to feature fans first on this podcast, and you can join us in our exclusive free private groups on Facebook and Twitter. They're called the Mostly Superhero Squad. You can join completely for free. It's a place where you can nerd out, be yourself. You can post anonymously as well, I believe, at least in Facebook. So even if you want to kind of keep your comments to yourself, you can do it within a very private, safe space, and we'd love to have you join us online. We'd love for you to call our call log. That's 754-CALL-LOG. 754-225-5564. Call it or text it. Tell us what you're watching. And from YouTube, lots of clips on YouTube. If you're not following our YouTube channel, definitely go get it from mostlysuperheroes.com. It's linked up. YouTube Shorts, basically YouTube going, we're going to try to be TikTok. We have so many videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, vertical videos that are looking nice, bite-sized content that you can really enjoy. And Spider-Man from 61618 on YouTube made a comment on this video. Let's just take a listen to it.
The MCU is really starting to fall into the same trappings as the comic books do, where if you want to know what's going on with this event, you have to read X title, and you have to read another X title, and then another X title, and that leads to this. And if you want to know what this character was doing, only shut up on these 3 pages. You need to read these issues over here, and it's really starting to branch out. Yeah. And I think they're starting to lose people.
And I think someone that they might be trying to, might be losing is this cat. This cat says the MCU, this is Spider-Man from 61618, the MCU was never for actual Marvel fans. Scotty Scoop, what does this mean?
I think it means that if you're a fan of the comic books, they're just going to kind of pillage those for stories, and you're kind of going to get it watered down.
That's the mainstream.
The mainstream
effect.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, I really think that's all he means.
But don't you think a little unfair considering the first 3 phases of this? I think
it's a little unfair.
I mean, because it's like you talk about comic books being great, different branches of stories. These movies are holding up.
Yeah.
Come on. Iron Man?
Yeah.
You going to tell me Iron Man's not a comic book movie?
Right.
But I tried to get this user to expand. I was like, hey, tell me more. Like, I want to hear more about what you think. We haven't heard back from him yet, but Spider-Man from 61618 on YouTube, please reach out to us. We want to hear more of your thoughts on this. Love featuring in the comments from YouTube. And next up, we also have from Twitter, Alora Her Twitter handle is re_b_key. This was about Willow and them using mainstream music in the title of the show instead of like just the original score like they did in the Willow movie. So there's also a little bit of news sprinkled in this fan mail because wow, Willow's been canceled.
Not coming back, it looks like.
Come on. Are you bummed?
I'm a little bummed.
Like you were ready for more.
I just more of this genre in general.
Yeah, fantasy.
On television, live action, cartoon, anything.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching a lot of Vox Machina lately on Amazon Prime, and that's filling the void of the fantasy kind of thing. But man, I just think it's empty. It's not being used.
Yeah, it could be doing it.
Yeah.
Well, regarding the music choices, Alora, again, ReKeyB on Twitter, says, I agree that some songs don't work as well, but I thought the songs were fun. The last song, I won't spoil the end scene, but you know the one, if you know, was so cool. Seems straight off a metal album cover, but also shout out to how beautiful the orchestral music is for Willow. So it's like she's giving the compliments there on both sides.
For sure.
Appreciate it, Alora. Scotty, sorry about Willow. I mean, we just talked about it on the pod in the last episode.
It sucks. And, I agree that some of the music felt out of place, but I think it also served to make the show not so heavy.
Yeah. Loosen it up a little bit.
Loosen it up a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, America's tense right now, so
man.
we need some of that good chill vibe. All right.
What's interesting about cancellations like that is sometimes when they go to other platforms, but I wonder with it being on Disney Plus, will we ever see that where somebody else, like maybe Netflix would swoop in and go, oh, we need a fantasy thing. They got Lord of the Rings over there. You got Vox Machina on Amazon. We got The Witcher, but that's kind of seems like it's falling apart. So, I'll be curious to see if that ever happens.
Yeah, it might live to see another day somewhere else.
Yeah. Or give it another 30 years, we might get another season.
It's back. It's been 60 years since the original, 30 years since the remake.
Hopefully Willow is still alive at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. And last on fan mail, we're still giving away a vinyl. Brothers by the Black Keys is happening at mostlysuperheroes.com/contests. We also have a lot going on in our music department. mostlysuperheroes.com/music. We're featuring artists there. We're featuring the vinyls that we've given away there. We're looking for requests to feature more artists, more bands, more venues, and we also just created a way for you to enjoy and listen to our record collection yourself. A playlist on Spotify and on Apple Music called A Record of Records, and you can find this at mostlysuperheroes.com/music. We have links to both platforms there. And it's our record collection here at the house. Every record that goes into it ends up in this playlist. So we're sharing our music with you in 2023, just like we always will. Love celebrating music on the show. That's fan mail for today. Let's get into a packed news and rumors.
News and rumors.
A whole list of stuff to talk about. Let's get into some DC. Why not? Because we got DC the whole night. So let's just dive right in. Superman Legacy, the movie that James Gunn announced during the Phase 1 of DC announcement. He is now going to be, it's been announced he's going to be directing the film.
Yes.
Is this right?
Yes.
Tell us what you think, Scott.
Yep.
I mean, he's writing the movie. Who better?
I was going to say, he's writing it, right?
Right. He's writing the movie. Who better to take the helm?
Superman. Very different from Guardians, very different from Peacemaker, but what I think is similar to Peacemaker is like the solo story. It's like, okay, this is going to be a Superman journey. Danny P., what are you thinking about this? Are you excited for this title?
I am very excited. I'm interested to see how James Gunn's comedy gets into this. Everything he does is pretty lighthearted, Suicide Squad, Guardians, all that. So, Superman's a very stoic character. So where does the lightheartedness and the humor come from? And I think it's something that would benefit Superman. I'm just curious to see how he puts it in there.
I feel like we're going to have to try to guess the soundtrack for this movie. He's always bringing out the banger songs for his stuff, not just Guardians, but also Peacemaker. He's going to do some cool stuff for Superman. Giggler, Batman's your boy, but Superman on screen as like a younger guy, that's got to get you excited.
Yeah, definitely. Henry Cavill's was great. I mean, that was really my first one that I really jived with. I didn't really enjoy the prior movies, and I didn't really watch the Christopher Reeves one until we watched him for the show. It was okay to watch, but
yeah,
I mean, Henry was where it's at, but I'm really just interested to see the casting decision here.
Yeah.
I think everyone is kind of in that same boat. Maybe I'll get more into it then, but right now I'm not that excited for this movie. But overall, for the whole reboot, I am. But Superman just never really done it for me.
All right, well, way to bring the whole room down.
Sorry, guys.
Let's go ahead and move on. Andy's done with this one.
But James Gunn, I'll love you forever. And honestly, if anyone's gonna change that,
here he goes.
Whole opinion, it'll
back.
be him.
All right.
Don't forget, James Gunn did produce Brightburn.
Oh,
that's a good point.
that's like Homelander as a kid,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Pretty
Definitely a dark take on Superman's origin story.
That was James Gunn.
He produced it. I want to say his brothers wrote it.
Okay. He's like
That's a good
he's
call out.
sitting down right now. He's like, God damn it! I didn't think anybody would remember that. It's
It
not
was-
the same.
It was only 2019.
It was very recent.
Yeah, I've seen that.
All right,
For
let's
sure.
shift over to some Marvel news. Daredevil Born Again, a TV series that's going to have 18 episodes in its first season, and characters are being announced left and right of who's going to be who's going to be not. Who wants to talk about this one?
Punisher.
John Bernthal. I'll give it up.
Return.
He's coming.
coming back.
Is this confirmed? Is this news or is this rumors?
I think this is confirmed.
Okay.
Confirmed.
And then we also got some confirmation that Foggy
And Karen
and Karen
are out.
are out. And then I also heard a rumor that this takes place during the blip. So
During.
the blip.
So it's going to be like a before and after.
It may be the case that Foggy and Karen got dusted.
And just like it's like during, and maybe one day.
Right. The doors open. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe we'll get the rest of the team.
Yes,
Uh,
the Defenders.
The Defenders. Yeah.
Yes, especially Iron Fist.
Does every Marvel show or movie now
you
have
said
a
that.
rumor about it now that it took place during the blip? It's every single one has that now. This would make sense.
This
That
one would
would
make
be-
sense, like on the ground, like real people being affected by this stuff, and just how they're going to treat this character. But hey, just to
Yeah.
hear John Bernthal is going to be back in the suit, Punisher. This is sick.
Street level.
Street level. Moving right along, Netflix, Sweet Tooth Season 2 coming June
Oh.
4th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Countdown is on. Mark your calendars. This first season of television.
Might be sooner than that.
I mean, this might be an old poster. The end of our world is the beginning
is
of
the-
it.
that's
Oh,
the
that's
season
that-
one.
This is season 1 poster.
This, April 27th, I do believe.
Thank you.
is
Thank you. We just
season
about
2.
Yeah, because you know what? I couldn't find a good poster for season
I
2
don't
to
think
be
they've
honest.
got one.
That's weak.
Yeah.
For coming out next month?
Yeah, in a month.
Sweet Tooth is in my show notes that I have written down right here because this kid was in Cocaine Bear.
Oh, really?
What a
Oh,
great- what a
yes.
gr- I was like, halfway through I got through the whole movie, and I was like, how do I know this kid, and why do I like this kid already? And Steph after the movie was like, he was the kid from Sweet Tooth, and I was like,
He's the
Nice.
kid.
Duh.
Yeah,
wonder.
so it's coming up in April. This first season of television was amazing.
I might need to rewatch that. I might rope the kids in for this one
Yeah.
because
I'm
I don't
excited.
think they sat down and watched it before.
Danny, you seen this one?
Yeah, I saw it. It was one of those that I need the recap because I watched it so quickly that I remember kind of how it ends, but definitely excited for a second season.
Hell yeah.
Read the books, please. Oh my God, they're so good.
Scotty, of course, is going to push you to read these books.
Eisner Award winning.
I can't read.
So good.
Who's Eisner?
That's the Oscars of comic books.
I want to be educated.
Yes.
I just got very curious.
Yep.
I'm getting new books. We're going to talk about it. All right, we're hearing about more news in Marvel, a special presentation. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know what it is, but it's
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
good. Close.
Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat,
Mephisto?
Mephisto.
This is rumor, yes.
This is rumor. I
not-
think.
This is rumor, but I mean,
I skimmed a few articles, and it seems like is in talks is kind of the language, and this could be happening.
From what I read, it's shooting right now.
It's shooting.
That's what I read.
Okay, so we'll just say this: it's very possible that Sacha Baron Cohen, is that his name? Am I saying that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's from memory. Is going to be Mephisto, like this devil Marvel character in the Marvel special presentation format, the hour kind of quick punch storytelling.
Kind of werewolf by night, hour long.
Yes, but we have said Mephisto before, and I think all of us are a little traumatized. Like
little
we'll
bit.
believe it when we see it.
Yeah.
WandaVision level dreams coming true.
And we haven't heard, and we haven't talked about it in a while. It's not in the slides. I can't wait for the Silver Surfer to come out somehow. Whatever is going to be Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
There's been some
Yeah.
mumblings about Silver Surfer
Yeah.
recently. What,
There-
you guys
yeah.
remember? Go
There's
ahead, Dan.
rumors. There's rumors that he's coming back.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just a matter of time. I'm pretty excited. Okay, so that's Marvel special presentation. All right, how about this one? Andy wanted to talk about this, of course. This is out of CBR.com, comic book resources. Ben Affleck says he will not direct a Batman movie for James Gunn's new universe. There was pieces of this quote. People were spinning this in all sorts of ways. But the gist, paraphrasing on my end, was they're doing a lot of cool stuff over there, but it's not what I'm into, so no, I won't be directing anything like that. And it was kind of like that cut and dry.
He doesn't want to be in the cookie cutter. Like, he doesn't want to be told what to do.
Does this mean
he wants to do his own thing?
What does that mean, though? Because, like, his own thing, are we teasing out, can we just go ahead and say, the Snyderverse? Like, is he going to be, like, Batman still? Like, and
well,
he's
Batman in the Flash.
He's the Batman in the Flash coming up here
he says.
for 5 minutes. He says pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then you got, like, I don't know what's going on with this. I didn't put it in the slides either, but this Snyderverse, they're going to get sold to Netflix? Like, is this happening?
No
way.
You guys, it's not.
No.
Is this just like the fans?
This is the Snyder stands coming out.
Yeah,
in full
it will never
force,
end.
And they just won't give up. Guys, the Snyderverse is dead.
Really? It's
It
over.
is dead. The Flash will kill the Snyderverse.
It's over.
It's over.
James Gunn
will
laid
they
out
bring, will they bring some characters
Well-
in? We can hope for certain ones.
Yes.
But guys, give it up.
What about Darkseid? And what about that post that?
No.
he-
Okay, but did you see that?
Didn't what's his name put out posts? Zack Snyder.
He did. There is a SnyderCon
Oh boy,
coming up.
that's a little much.
That's and I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking.
I kind of get
There
it
was
though. Like
some
Justice
sort
League.
of SnyderCon,
Justice League.
and they're going to show all the Snyderverse movies, and I don't know, man.
You're not in on it.
I'm not. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Scotty wasn't on the pod when we talked about that movie
Which one?
yet. Justice League, the
Okay.
Snyderverse, the
Yeah,
Snyder
yeah.
Cut,
Yeah.
It's not-
and we
I
nerded
was
out.
here.
Are
Yeah,
you
for
sure?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, four.
This was just last year.
Yeah.
Oh, it
You're right.
was. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up with another one. So I thought we
We're-
loved
We're
it.
season
Scotty
4.
Scoop?
We're
I
season
thought we
4
loved
already.
it. All I was getting at was
it was such a vast improvement on the original
okay.
that it felt great,
Okay.
but it still wasn't good.
Okay. All right. Well, Andy, you're the one that want to talk about this headline. So what do you think?
I'm
What
just
do you think Ben
curious if you
Affleck
guys-
means by this?
I'm just curious if you guys believe him or if it might be has lingering saltiness about his canceled direction of a former Batman movie. But
Right.
I mean he did kind of mention that he wants to spend more time with family and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you can never
Yeah, his new bride,
J-Lo.
I mean, I don't
Take
fault
offense
him
to
for,
that. And
I
yeah,
don't fault him for wanting to spend a couple extra
He-
days with J-Lo.
he was a great Batman, and he's been kind of shit on the whole time. So
I think
I guess I don't blame him for having this
I
stance
think
at
he's
all.
a great Batman.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of DC and Batman, turns out, according to comicbook.com and the Hollywood Reporter, Tom Cruise has seen the Flash movie and has raved about it. Saying things like, this is everything you want in a movie, as well as this is the kind of movie we need right now. Adding hype to behind the DC movie. Scotty Scoop, I think, has to talk about this one. This is your life hero, Tom
this
Cruise.
is my hero. Oh yes,
This is great for the fandom.
If this doesn't give you so much hope
Yes.
for the Flash, quote James Gunn, maybe the greatest superhero movie ever made.
Yeah.
And now Tom Cruise is on the bandwagon.
I mean, this guy made Top Gun Maverick.
We may need to rent out a theater for this.
Is this the one?
I think this
I'm
might
ready.
be the one.
I mean, if we could do it
I'm
every
bringing
episode,
this.
I would. But we got to pick maybe a movie or two.
PC Mike.
We
You have
should.
to get its permission, obviously.
We should get. I mean,
That's what we're gonna
we should get
need
him
to-
in for that one.
We need to call Marcus.
We just
Greg,
have this
Greg
wide open
Marcus.
spot. Look at it. It's just
Yeah.
sitting there.
We need to call Greg Marcus and figure out what's the cost on the smallest movie theater you have.
Yes. And
the 20-seater, and we give out some tickets,
Yep.
and we have a great time
for the Flash,
for the Flash.
for the reset.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing, though.
I'm in.
If it's the
I'm in.
best one and it ends everything, isn't that going to be like a kick between the legs? Like,
But
we
gonna
finally got
start
there,
everything.
and
Right, but it's
all
also
dead.
going to start everything.
The beginning of the end is just the beginning. Somebody said that.
Okay.
I mean, it reminds me of
Good
the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossovers when they tried to do this, and now like hopefully this will be better.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got
every new beginning
Please.
starts with some other beginning's end.
That's right.
For sure.
That's right.
With-
now you're catching on.
With all the
When it's
problems
closing
they've
time.
had,
And with that,
they've
the show's over.
and they're still putting this out after cutting all the costs
yeah.
that they did, throwing $100 million Batgirl
All
in
the crimes.
in the trash.
all the crimes that Ezra
Yes.
Miller committed.
Yes, all of Ezra Miller's foibles.
Starting a whole debate at Andy's house at the Super Bowl party when we saw the commercial, a whole debate around like, say what you will about Michael Jackson. Some people listen to the music. Say what you want about R. Kelly. Some people listen to the music.
Right.
And Bill Cosby, like there was a rumor of him like going on stand up like now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And but then you're like, you got Ezra Miller who's just like committed crimes, and they're like, we just got to get this movie out.
It's
He's like
at some point you have to separate the art from the artist.
I know, but
you
it
also
is
have
different
to
when
think-
it's different when it's active though.
you also have to think Ezra Miller is not the only person involved in this movie.
Yeah.
You sit through the credits and a lot of people make these movies.
So many.
So
true.
many.
Yes.
And do you
Do you just throw it in the trash
weigh
because of
one
that?
guy with all these other people and say it's garbage and I'm not supporting it?
Yeah, I know.
We're
gonna see it.
I'm seeing it.
We're gonna be there. We might be
Probably.
renting out a whole theater.
Right.
Let's go.
All right, guys. There's a casting announcement. We heard out a Screen Rant. Make sure I get his name right. Steven
Yeun.
Yeun. You might know him as Glenn from The Walking Dead. Has been cast possibly as in the Thunderbolts movie MCU as
The Sentry.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
You just said
Sentry.
ooh, Sentry. You know what that is? That's the character of the week.
Uh-oh.
You just said the character of the week. New segment on
What is
Mostly-
happening?
What's happening? Quick, open that Marvel book, the Marvel book, right in front of you where the bookmark
Marvel
is.
book.
Every episode, we're going to teach you about one superhero from some fandom that maybe you know about, maybe you don't. This week, with the news of a possible casting of the character Sentry. Scott, you can tell us from memory, but if you need the book, it's there. A little bit about Sentry. I want to know who this is for fans that are listening and watching Mostly Superheroes today.
Let me get a little in here and see. Bob Reynolds.
Okay.
Affiliated with the New Avengers, the Dark Avengers. He is the man that time forgot.
Oh.
Uh,
Got some posters,
Yeah.
comic book art up on the screen right now. These are titled comic books, so like he had his own run at some point.
yeah. He's got. I'm going from memory here.
I like it.
This is a lot.
Here, give me the book. You go from memory. I'll read the book.
He is a superhero that was very old, and he was basically written out of time. He's got some mental issues. He is possessed by what's called the Void.
Yes. Okay. And he's based usually in the Watchtower in New York. Powers include super strength, flight, invulnerability, matter and energy manipulation,
Yes.
teleportation.
Yeah.
His mission is to be a hero. So this is like a good guy.
Well,
Or does it get a little
Yeah.
weird? Because he was in New Avengers and Dark Avengers alliances.
He's got the Void. He's possessed by the Void. This is
Oh my God.
This is the MCU's version of Superman, but he's got a dark side.
His status report in this book says convinced he is his own worst enemy.
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely accurate. They basically made him forget that he had powers because he was just crazy.
Oh man, so we're
Psycho
getting
Superman.
and Total Recall,
Yeah.
like
And
messing
this
with your
is-
head type
This
stuff.
is him going. We're going to probably see a lot of him battling with himself on who he really is and what he's really here for.
And this could be in Thunderbolts, is what we're
This is
hearing.
probably going to be in Thunderbolts. The power of 1,000 or a million exploding suns.
Oh my gosh!
I think is how they describe his powers in the comic books. But he is definitely like Omega level powerhouse.
All right.
Yeah,
this is going to be
he's
the
one
big
of those
bad.
characters that sits out some of the comic book runs because he's too powerful. When
Yeah,
the good
for
guys
sure.
are fighting each other.
Yeah,
To where it's like if Sentry picks a team, that team will win.
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
know, I think it was in Civil War. He was sitting on the sidelines, being like, "I'm not getting involved."
Yeah.
When I read that,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, man.
and he was part of Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers.
yeah,
Well, I love hearing about a new character. This is gonna be something we're going to do all the time. You can submit your
Yeah.
own characters at mostlysuperheroes.com, and to hear that it's going to be potentially in the MCU. That's another exciting thing. So Scotty Scoop, thanks for your info. Thanks for the Marvel book too. Like we are gonna start using our books a little bit more in the studio. I wish that they just put like who it's by right on the front, because so I can give you the
Marvel.
It's literally called the Marvel book. You know, if you're watching us on video, it's right there for you. Go check it out. And I think that's it for the news. Let's talk about what we're watching.
What you watching?
This is where we tell you what we're watching or what we're reading or what we're doing. And yeah, I got a few books in the house. Got Marvel Anatomy by Mark Sumerak, written by, and we also have the DC Anatomy of Metahumans. I can't read this too, but it is like laying right here. Help me out, Scotty. It's this blue one. Hold that one up for people. You can hold this one up for folks. And
this is S.D. Perry and Matthew K. Manning.
Check those out. So this is the
There you
anatomy
go.
of superhumans. This gets into the real science behind like some of these characters that you know and you love. Really great visuals, getting into the anatomy, the nerdy scientific side of like what Superman's body is actually like on Earth, stuff like that. And then pick up that one underneath it, Scotty. The next book I have is the Marvel Universe map by map. This one I'm very excited about. I've been reading it and I'm already sucked in. It's pretty much written in like a story format, but it's every major map and location within the Marvel Universe.
Wow.
With beautiful art, beautiful stories about the characters that are tied to them, how it pretty much goes from like Earth Prime Earth, the 616, like, and then all the way through everything you can think from there, like the world, the galaxy, quantum realm stuff. Really fun. That's Marvel Universe map by map, an atlas from Asgard to Wakanda. Check that out.
Open straight to something I would like to read about, the 7 Cities of Heaven.
Oh,
With, Iron Fist.
is that?
My
Oh,
boy Danny Rand. Yeah.
Yes. Bring him back. All right, Giggler, tell us about this one on Peacock.
Oh man, Poker Face. This was a good one. I feel like it's underrated. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but stars Natasha Lyonne. Basically, it's like a weekly crime murder mystery. That episode kind of starts with a murder, and then it kind of goes from there. Where she has I don't think it explains how she has this power, but she can tell if someone is lying or not. So that really makes everything kind of interesting. She gets herself into some trouble in the first episode, and she's on the run from there. And it's kind of, it goes week by week, but it keeps you really intrigued. Like it kind of slowly unravels as you go. But also each week is kind of its own kind of like just murder mystery in itself. But I really enjoyed it. Me and Steph watched it like in a couple weeks and got caught up with it and watched the last 2 live. And it's one of the kind of more surprising shows that I've seen in a while for sure. I would recommend it to all you fellas if you haven't seen it yet.
And
I think I'd go with a 3.4 on this one.
woo! What's Stephanie think?
She was about the same. She really enjoyed it.
So this is good for guys and gals.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go. Poker Face and everybody else in between. This is what's her name from what? She's in
Like American Pie.
American
was
Pie.
The first thing I could think of.
She's on that Netflix
There's-
show where she dies over and over. What is that, like Russian doll?
Russian Doll.
Yeah.
That's her too.
Yeah.
And
Great.
there's like a lot of big actor cameos. Like each episode has one pretty big one. Like
How long are the episodes?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just one just to throw out there, but the rest I'll let you get for yourself. But they're like 45 minutes to an hour.
All right. Poker Face. Peacock. Thank you, Giggler. Next up, Danny P. I believe this is a game.
Oh.
This is Legacy Hogwarts, I believe.
Hogwarts
Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Harry
So
Potter.
the interesting thing about this game is it's a Harry Potter universe game. Takes place at Hogwarts. It's an open world, third person action, and I'd call like puzzle solving game. Original story. Obviously J.K. Rowling owns the rights, but not involved in this. And I think the story in this game is better than the Fantastic Beasts story. And the cool thing is you create a character. So if you ever wanted to go to Hogwarts, like there are tons of people who haven't played video games really that are getting into this because they love Harry Potter. And you get to build your character. They can look and be however you want them to be. It can be you, it can be who you always wanted to be, whatever. And then you get to go to Hogwarts for a year. And there's some dark mystery that's going on. You have some sort of power that makes you special, very Harry Potter-esque. And you're going to go to class. You're going to explore the grounds. You're going to explore the castle. The castle is like unbelievable in how they built it. Like it's better than anything. Like if you like Harry Potter, you're going to live in Hogwarts. You're going to see every nook and cranny. There's no loading screens if you're playing it on PlayStation 5 and PC. So, you can get outside, you can hop on a broom, you can hop on a hippogriff and take off. And you're out in an open world. There's towns. It's set in I think it's the either very early 1900s or late 1800s. And there's this whole underlying mystery of why you have these powers and what it means. And super popular game, sold tons of copies already. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, even if you don't play video games and you ever, you didn't get that letter when you turned 10, this is as close as you're probably going to get.
Well, I mean, that was a Harry Potter fan talking to other Harry Potter fans. I mean,
Yeah.
Danny, are you Harry Potter now? You having a time of your life with this game?
Oh, I beat it and got all the trophies, which is called platinuming it on PlayStation
10 points
5,
Gryffindor.
Platinuming.
Yeah,
I know this.
what house
It's a
are you in?
recurring. That should be a buzzword.
Yeah.
Platinuming.
What house are you in? We
So-
need to know.
Oh, good.
I was Hogwarts, or I was Gryffindor for sure.
Okay.
You have to
I knew
answer.
it.
You answer some questions, and then it sorts you. But if you don't like that, then you can just pick.
I think our friend Rebecca might be playing this. Luke and Rebecca.
Oh, nice.
I think she's been talking about a Harry Potter game they've been playing on his
This is
console.
it.
Yeah, probably.
And
yeah.
she can't. She's
This
like
is
obsessed. She's busy lady. She's like a dentist all day and then like busy at night. And she said that the first thing Saturday morning, she just wakes up and just runs the controller. And she's never even played video games, just like Danny
Yeah.
was saying.
That's awesome.
You
Love it.
can pick it up. It's going to take a minute to understand if you don't know how to use two analog sticks to control camera and movement. It'll take you a minute, but I mean this is an entry way for a lot of people into video games, I think, and
Right.
that gets me excited.
Rate it.
3.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Banger.
Nice. I might
Oh,
have to
yeah.
give it a shot. A lot of familiar faces, Dan? Voices?
Nope.
No?
There's
Dumbledore.
familiar
Dumbledore.
voices, because it's set way before all that.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay. So,
it's before
yeah, do we got a
all that.
Dumbledore?
The headmaster, I'll tell you this, it's a lot of last names you recognize. So there's a
Okay.
teacher that's a Weasley. The headmaster is a Black, Sirius Black's family.
Sure.
Some pretty big voice actors are in this too, from television and movies. And I mean, it's great. Like Scott, your daughter, you guys could play it. You could sit there and watch it. You'd have fun.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to give this a shot.
Yeah.
Xbox? Is it on Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on,
yeah,
it's
fine.
on Xbox One.
Ooh, speaking of Xbox, I just purchased Arkham Asylum the other day and am now replaying it for the fourth time.
Nice.
Wow. So you're just gonna try to sneak in what you watchins?
Yep.
Okay.
What you playing?
What you playing? Scotty Scoop, you're up.
Oh, 65.
The movie.
The movie.
Dinosaurs.
That sexy piece of man meat, Adam Driver.
Here he is back again. Tell us about it.
Okay, so Adam Driver, he's got this sick kid, right?
This is spoiler free.
This is basically spoiler free. You can get this from the trailer.
Oof, man. Fans are like, do I stay? Do
Yeah,
I go?
Sorry, guys. I got to give you some basic plot
Here's some
information.
basic stuff. You're gonna get it.
It's
in the
he's
trailer.
Yeah.
he's got a daughter. She's sick. He needs to make money. He decides he's gonna ship some people that are frozen across the universe for 2 years
To make money
to make money and be away from his sick daughter, so he can pay for her medical treatment.
in the future.
It's not the future.
Oh, it's the past. Oh, we don't know. Okay.
This is
Sorry, you're right. No, don't tell
it
us.
It says it right there on the thing. 65 million years ago.
Right. You're right. My bad.
So yeah, he is not from Earth.
Mm.
He is from some other place.
These seem like major spoilers.
That's right. It's in the trailer.
Okay. Well.
In the trailer,
all right.
it's on the thing. 65 million years ago. It says it right there.
Okay. Yes, you're right. It says prehistoric Earth had a visitor.
Yeah. He crashes on Earth.
Okay.
I don't know if you could think of any things that happened 65 million years ago.
Yeah. What was going on then?
There was some dinosaurs, and then there may have not been dinosaurs.
Oh.
So
Wait.
I know why.
he crashes on Earth. Only one survivor. Guess what? It's a kid, the same age as his daughter, and it's a race against time to get off the planet. There's traps everywhere. There's dinosaurs. He's getting attacked.
Yeah.
It's standard action dinosaur.
What'd you think?
I went and seen it with Lila, of course.
All right.
We were the only two people in the theater, and we had a great time. We did a lot of razzing on the movie, but I'm going to say it's probably better than the last Jurassic Park movie.
Whoa! What?
I had a good time.
I couldn't tell. Didn't you think he hated it?
No, I
thought he was hating
No,
on it. I
man.
thought he was like, this movie
no,
sucked.
he actually said that to me last
This
night,
is
and I
a
was like,
great original
I
concept.
don't know.
All right, well, you
if that's true or
definitely got to rate it. What did Lila rate it?
Lila gave it a 3.8.
Okay.
You know?
Oh man, see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
And she said she gave it a couple extra points because she couldn't see any green screen lines. She's got the weirdest critiques.
All right. You loved it.
Me, I would say 3.2.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, good.
It was a good time.
You haven't seen it yet?
Actually,
No, I saw it.
he saw
You
it.
did, didn't
yeah,
you?
Andy's in.
Well, you can chime
Saw it
in.
last
He's
week.
going to be a
last
little
week
lower, I
on
think.
on my first day out of bronchitis quarantine. I saw this by myself. A little solo movie.
Yeah, probably still sick.
No. No.
All right, what happened?
And I gave it like a 2.2.
2.2.
Yeah, this is just
Bad?
You
Not
can,
feeling it.
Scott just said it. He explained the whole movie in like 2 sentences.
That doesn't mean it's bad.
I just didn't. I didn't love it. It was
It
one
was
of my
basic.
one of
Danny,
my
have you seen it?
Lower rated like theater experiences that I've had in my life. But I don't know. Sam Raimi and Adam Driver. I just thought it would be. I thought it'd be more.
Danny, you seen it?
No, but I am curious if the other person's name is Eve, to where Adam Driver and Eve crash land on Earth.
Right. Yes.
Little retelling.
That's good. Yeah. How
Oh, nice.
even further back than you think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll watch it whenever I can watch it at home.
And
Yeah,
I'm
that's the
gonna predict that's not gonna be very long.
It's coming.
This
okay.
is the way.
All right, Danny P, you're up. Apple TV show with Han Solo.
Oh, this is a good one. So Apple TV, it's releasing. I know there's still one episode coming out this week. There might be more to finish up the season. So Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, and Jessica Williams play therapists in California, and I don't want to give too much away.
The show's called Shrinking.
Yeah, sorry, show's called Shrinking. And basically Jason Segel loses his wife. That's kind of how it starts. He has a daughter, and he kind of goes through a little bit of a crisis and decides as a therapist he's sick of just listening to people complain and do nothing about it, so he's going to help them do something about it. So when the woman comes in and complains about her husband being horrible and abusive, then he's like, all right, I'm sick of telling you ways to like talk to him and engage him. You need to leave him right now. Like, pack your bags. You're out of here. Guy comes in and he has anger issues. He's like, great, we're going to like an MMA fight club thing. Like, he decides to get really involved, and Jessica Williams and Harrison Ford play the other two psychiatrists like in the practice. And it's kind of like a drama comedy where there's some dark, heavy themes, but there's a lot of comedy. Like, Jason Segel is great. He's, being himself. I laugh a lot. But there definitely are some sad or, more difficult kind of real issues that all these people are dealing with. And Harrison Ford's comedic timing and just kind of playing the grumpy old curmudgeon he's great in this. Like, I'm not going to say one of my top Harrison Ford roles because he's got some really great ones, but definitely he's not phoning it in here. Like, he's doing a really nice job. A strong supporting cast also. The main female character from the Drew Carey show plays a neighbor. So a lot of faces you're going to recognize, and overall just a good, easy 30-minute watch. I think there's probably going to be 9 or 10 episodes in the season.
And and you probably want to wait till you see the end before you rate it.
Yeah, if I had to put a number right now, because I probably won't come back to it, I'd say probably like a 3-4.
Very nice. Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. I have seen it as well. I'm caught up. There are 10 episodes, I think, or like you said, 10 or 9, and there's one left.
Yeah.
It comes out on Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to, say a number right now, I'd definitely say 3.4. Strong, funny, dark, but like a good way. And also, I was like the same reason I loved The Sopranos. Almost like I got like free therapy.
Yeah.
It's like you're just, and this one has 3 therapists, so you're just like really getting, they show you different sides of the sessions, like from patient and from doctor, and like it's cool seeing the therapists as real people, so that was pretty fun. Nice, Dan. All right, that one's on Apple TV, and the Giggler finally saw it. Tell us about.
Oh, Cocaine Bear.
Yep.
This was quite a ride. Me and Steph saw this like probably the opening day it came out because I was so excited. Like I haven't seen a good comedy movie in theaters, I feel like, in a while. It's just like a straight up comedy. And this one definitely hit. Like I didn't expect it to be going in. I was thinking it was going to be something like have like a Super Troopers vibe, but this is like way more horror, like just straight up raunchy death scenes. It's insane, but also hilarious. My abs hurt after. There were times where the whole theater was laughing. One of the more fun theater experiences that I've had in a while. But I think on this one, I'd go. I mean, this is so much fun. 3.7, honestly.
Wow. What do you think? What do you think Stephanie would give it?
Probably even higher. I mean,
Loved it.
It's basically. I mean, like, I don't need to recap the story. It's
just
cocaine
yeah. The story we already talked about it before. Like it's like based loosely on a true story in terms of like the only true part about it is that like cocaine fell out of a plane and a bear got into it a little bit. The rest of the movie is like the movie, right?
There's some random like people that pop up in it, like Ray Liotta. This movie's dedicated to him. I think it might have been one of the last things that he did before he passed. But like I said, the Sweet Tooth Kid was in it. Like definitely one of the funnier experiences I've had in a long time. But I laughed. I was reading about this earlier, and it's called Crazy Bear in some other countries. I'm just assuming because they just don't want to put cocaine in the title, which I thought was
that's funny.
Kind of funny, but also in the movie, St. Louis is referenced because I guess the cocaine was supposedly from a huge dealer out of St. Louis. So they're like a good part of the movie. They're actually in St. Louis.
Oh, really? Was it actually St. Louis? Probably not.
Probably not. No, but I thought that was kind of funny.
Has anyone else seen it yet?
Not yet.
I haven't.
Wow. All that talk, Scotty.
It's streaming now, so honestly, I'm
for $20. Rent it for $20.
I mean, you get a couple people. You guys come over.
Who am I, Richie Rich?
Come over and sit in the theater. $20.
Oh,
who's bringing the cocaine?
Yeah, and I guess we'd have to. I mean, I guess I'd have to like chip in on. They'd be like, "I go to chip in on the movie."
Yeah.
All right, Giggler loved it, so I guess as soon as it comes to the house, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it'll be on.
Not for $20.
Yeah.
Peacock or something like that. I'm sure in another 2-3 weeks.
All right, guys, this one's on Showtime. It's me, and it's Your Honor. Seasons 1 and 2 are done on Showtime. I think there will be a third season. If you haven't seen this show, Bryan Cranston is the lead, and it's amazing. He plays a judge that gets into a tricky situation in season 1. Basically, synopsis, his son gets involved in an accident. It's involved with the local mob. The judge has to get involved in ways that would be very unexpected. He's also like really close friends with the mayor. There's like a mayor component. And then season 1 was just like, oh my God. And it ends kind of like, oh my God. And season 2 is almost like, where could they go? And they go to fun places. So high rating, 3.7. Like this was like getting back up there with like a totally different character than Walter White. But Bryan Cranston, once again, in a role where the writers and the people that made the show have made like this city. They're in New Orleans, but like you can just feel the city and the characters in this show. They just do a really good job. So Your Honor, Showtime. Anybody else?
No, is this drama?
It's on
dark
my list.
comedy?
On my list for sure.
Drama with like hints of dark comedy, but mostly like drama, suspense, kind of a who can you trust? What relationships are what? Who's actually playing at what? But very dark and very. It's like hard to describe because it's like I haven't really seen much else like it. It's not like Breaking Bad with the like not near as much humor. Like it's definitely more cold, but man, I could not take my eyes away. Oh, like all the way through the end. I was like, all right, here we go. Your Honor,
10
Showtime.
episode seasons?
I think so. 10 episodes each one. All right, this is normally where we take a break. You guys want to take a break? Or you just want to power through?
I'm okay.
Do you need a break, Andy?
I'm good. I'm ready to roll, baby.
Danny, do you need a break?
Good.
Do you need new water?
Rolling.
I'm fine. I'll power through.
Well, I mean, they're right upstairs.
It's all our fans.
It's the fans
waiting
Yes.
for us.
That's
right
exactly
now.
right.
Guess what? We know you can't wait, so.
The meat.
Welcome back from the break. This is Mostly Superheroes here in the studio in St. Louis, Missouri, talking about DC. What was that? Was that?
Are you
I yawned.
cartoon drunk?
I yawned.
Andy has one beer at dinner and he's hiccuping like Popeye, like in a cartoon.
Did you drink out of a bottle that said XXX?
Yeah, right. That's the giggler. You heard him. Scotty Scoops here. So is Danny, patron in Texas. Danny, how you doing over there? How's Texas going? We already caught up with you. We heard life's going good. You got the girlfriend, but anything else new going on in Texas?
82 degrees out today. That was beautiful.
Man.
So just hope this warm weather holds out, and hope they finish building the pergola that they decided to make right when the weather's getting nice again. So they close the pool again. So really, when it comes time to renegotiate this contract I got here, we're gonna have words.
There you
There
go.
will be no increase for Danny at Patreon because he has not gotten his full value in
If you need some lawyers, we know a few.
2023. So
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you get into a bind. We do know lawyers. I don't know if you got any. I
Perfect.
don't know if you have any lawyer friends.
Yeah, I saw the text the other day.
Yeah, that's right. All right, folks, welcome back. And yeah, it's time to get into DC, man. A film just came out over the past weekend, and we're going to talk all about it. Pretty much DC, again, we're kind of in this weird mix and phase where DC is wrapping up as James Gunn has taken over. James Gunn's released a whole new slate of films, and to me, this is like one of the last ones that might kind of, the lingering films, if you will. And it is Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Let's talk about it.
Ooh.
It's story time. All right, here's the fun stuff. 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Get it out of the way. 53% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47% on Metacritic. This is Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam 2 with a budget of $125 million. Not too, that's middle ground,
That's
for a
pretty low for a superhero flick.
$25 million more than its predecessor. Shazam, the first movie, came out in 2019. We're here in March 2023, and we'll do a little catch up. I realize we didn't talk about the first movie on the pod ever, right?
I don't think so. No.
Because if it came out in 2019, 2019 was pre us.
Yeah.
And, not the car. And so we'll have to do like a quick little catch up. We'll do a story time before the story time. This one though, Shazam Fury of the Gods, directed by David F. Sandberg. You guys familiar? What else has he done? You guys have any idea?
Shazam.
Just Shazam. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, and this is what you're curious about. How's that box office? This is literally from just a couple hours ago. We're here on March 22nd. $66 million.
That's a little better than I thought.
I assume that's worldwide.
Yes.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, yes, that is worldwide.
I think opening weekend,
I was only in the 30s.
Yeah, 30s or so. And actually, I have some from Variety. They said, opening weekend looked to be around 11.7. Opening day was 11.7 million.
Yeah.
Collider is saying, this was a couple hours ago, 65.5 million worldwide. Deadline is saying 11.7 opening day. So yeah, opening day it seems like it could have been okay, and then it just trailed off.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's got some
director.
It's got some stiff competition.
Go ahead, Danny.
That director's credits on IMDb, like where it shows your most popular things. Well, something called Lights Out looks like maybe a Lights Out sequel, and then Annabelle, not the original, Creation. So one of the probably down the line, still churning them out to make money. Kind of looks like 3 horror movies and then Shazam. So interesting pick.
Very nice. And I'm glad you have IMDb. You just made me remember. Andy or Scott, one of you guys pull up IMDb so we have the cast on hand. We don't need to read through them all. Zachary Levi's in this film again. That's the only one I'm going to read for now because there's so many people in this movie. We'll just kind of name them as we go, as we talk about characters organically. And the last piece I was going to say was it looked like the movie opened in over 4,000 theaters. I don't know what I thought that statistic was interesting. I was like, I wonder if certain movies don't make it out to as many theaters as others.
Yeah,
and,
is that domestically? I wouldn't think that's worldwide.
No, it doesn't
No
say.
way.
That's from Variety, so that may have just been domestic.
So, I think that's a lot.
Okay. All right. What do we think about that? It's like, man, I guess the hype for this movie is that just kind of gives a reflection of
there is no hype. I don't think they marketed this movie a lot.
But when they do those premieres, you guys watch the red carpet premieres. It's like for 2 weeks, and they do the tour, and they're on the shows. You're just like, man, you think that's gonna really pay it all off? It looks just massive, but
yeah, it's just it didn't get any legs, and I don't think they know not only what to do with this movie in general,
right,
but what to do with this movie in the fact that it was kind of forced onto James Gunn's platter. You know, he's got these four films that he's kind of, hey, we've got these and we're putting them out, so make the best you can with them. And to his credit, this first phase, with, you know, for lack of a better term, is called Gods and Monsters, so it fits.
It fits. I mean, Gods is in the name.
Yeah, it fits.
Fair.
But this movie was made how long ago? You know, was this? It was surely was delayed.
This was supposed to come out before Black Adam, I do believe.
Right. And okay, so let's do a little catch up. You know, the DC universe, it's ever changing. Let's just focus on the story at hand. Okay, we got Shazam: Fury of the Gods. If you don't remember the first movie, here's pretty much what happens. Billy Batson is chosen by an old wizard because he's pure of heart to inherit the power of the gods and become Shazam. Basically, when he says it, it turns him into an adult that is Zachary Levi in a red superhero suit with all the powers, essentially like Superman. Pretty much everything minus heat vision and like ice breath.
Powers of the gods.
Yeah, the speed, the wisdom.
If
Greek,
we're being
Greek
fair,
pantheon.
he doesn't know what his superhero name is because that's an ongoing plot point in the second movie for some reason that I didn't understand.
Oh, we're going to talk about it because we all noticed. I'm like, what's going on with that? How's the first movie end? Basically, he beats the bad guy and at the end uses the power of the gods and the staff to actually share the power with his foster siblings. And born is how many? Six
total, yeah.
Six superhero Shazams, essentially, like all different colors but variations of the suit. And he breaks the staff in half to stop the bad guy, and like that's Shazam 1, right? That's really all you need to know coming into this.
Exactly.
Shazam 2. All right, you guys ready to do this? This is gonna be like I want this to be a team up. God, Andy. Andy's like, I'm better, I swear.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and roundtable story this thing and see how quickly we can do it. We're going to retell the movie from our own memories. 3 of us saw it last night. Danny saw it the night before.
I've seen it twice.
You've seen it twice. And we should talk about our theater experiences. We all saw it in the second time. I'll just say it. I'll get ours out of the way. Ronnie's Warenberg. It was dirty. The chairs were uncomfortable, but the theater was packed.
Yes.
Tuesday night. Cheapest night of the week, it was happening. So many kids, too many kids. Dan, you would have hated it.
Yes.
And we had a good time, though. We had 3 Kings before. Andy, I'm going to say it now. I'm done with 3 Kings. I'm not going in there anymore.
Whoa.
Okay. I didn't like my food very much either.
I'd give Andy the benefit of the doubt. He loves the place, but man, the food is always just And this time,
it's taken a step down.
the chicken tenders were trash.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you can't
How
do
do you
chicken
screw up
thingies,
chicken tendies?
How do you screw up chicken tenders?
yeah, if you can't do that right, we'll go to.
There's only 3 restaurants in the
Fridays.
parking lot.
No, there's Joey B's across the street. That's probably the
54th
best.
Street.
54th Street or TGI Fridays.
Let's go to Joey B's. Joey B's
Go
is
to
the
Joey
best place
B's.
over there.
TGI Fridays, man.
Yeah,
Or Fridays.
People are
I-
like, this is definitely a Missouri podcast. All right. Tell us about your first theater experience, Scotty, because you had a couple funny things with your kids.
So yeah, we went to the Marcus in the Chesterfield Valley, the Ultra Screen DLX, really nice theater, had the reclining seats, and we had what I'm only going to call some sort of cheese typhoon incident with my youngest daughter Nora. Her first experience with nachos and cheese
At a movie theater.
at a movie theater. Should not have left her unsupervised in the dark with nachos and cheese. She got it all over herself, her blanket, her sisters. Took her to the bathroom, got her cleaned up, brought her back, and she got into one of my other kids' cheese unknowingly and just got cheese all over the 5 of us. We were all covered in cheese by the end of the night.
Oh, my God.
It was Quite the spectacle.
But in terms of the movie, the kids loved it.
Kids loved it.
Had a good time.
Shanna loved it.
Shanna loved it.
We all had a great time.
Okay, and you decided to go see it again with us.
As soon as I walked out and I knew you guys were seeing the movie on Tuesday,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go see it again. This was fun.
And Danny, how about you? How'd it go in Texas? How was what theater and how'd it go?
Went to Sinopolis, downtown Dallas, like in the city. Reclining seats, food service to your seat. So I had a burger, some tots, real solid tots. Came out hot, crispy, just very impressed. Like, I don't like going downtown to see a movie because it's a pain in the butt to park and validate and all this nonsense, but I'd probably go back, and
Nice.
burger was solid. So definitely an A movie experience.
Better than some of your recent ones.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been talking. I've been talking about this.
Not very crowded.
This Marcus Ronnie's, they got to work on it. I mean, there was so much popcorn in the floor pre-movie.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it was just, and like the chairs are dirty, they're uncomfortable. And I mean, we go to that one all the time. I'm starting to think, what am I doing? We got to go somewhere
no
else.
leg room in the IMAX, man. They really jam those seats in there.
They did.
I'm highly recommending the super screen or the ultra screen.
Okay.
DLX.
The DLX.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the big screen, we saw this movie, and spoiler alert, here you go. Shazam's back. Him, Zachary Levi, all the kids, the powers are here. They're trying to save the city. And you find out very quickly, cold open in this movie is kind of a trend with these superhero flicks as of late.
Villains first.
Villains first.
Yeah. Got to get you introduced to the bad guys.
Someone talked to me about these ladies and who Helen Mirren is. Lucy Liu playing. Who are these ladies?
We've got the Daughters of Atlas. Lucy Liu as Calypso, Helen Mirren as Hespera. And they're looking for revenge.
Yeah.
They're looking for
want
the staff.
their staff back.
They want their staff back because
Belong to their father.
it belonged to their father. And, I mean, you don't know this right up front. They're dressed up as kind of like two guards in disguise at a museum.
Roman, Spartan, like guards.
And we find the staff. I didn't even put it together, literally. But, from the Shazam first movie, this is the staff.
Yeah.
This is
they
the
said
staff.
The guy says they found it like in a trash dump. It's a replica,
Yeah.
so they don't even know that it's the real thing that they have there.
They think it's a replica, right?
Well, it ruined. It's really hard. They know it's really, and it broke like 12 trash compactors or something.
And this is a pretty terrifying opening sequence.
Yeah.
I was getting.
yeah.
I was pretty rocked. I was like, "Whoa, this is."
Back to the first movie where
they
it
have
was
some
like
powers.
a very terrifying scene of those 7 demons who
Yes.
tore apart the boardroom.
This was way scarier than that, though, because basically Lucy Liu's character, she can whisper in people's minds.
Yeah.
Their eyes go black, and they basically become like
Murderous
zombies.
machines, yeah.
And they were just killing each other. People were killing each other. They turn them into statues. Like they can turn people into sand statues and crumble them up. And then I think they do
Whisper
kind of.
in their ears and make them do stuff.
I already said that.
Oh, my bad.
They can spread that.
No, I didn't say the part.
Dark
You're
eye
right.
disease.
You're right, Andy. She can make you do stuff. She
Yeah.
could be like, do this
Confess.
and
or,
confess, say their
yeah,
names,
do something. Yeah.
and we get the backstory. Yeah, basically the power of the gods are their dad. Who the hell was their dad? Oh,
Atlas.
Uh-oh.
Atlas is the dad.
The Daughters of Atlas.
Oh, they're the Daughters of Atlas. And he's the dad. These were the original gods. Apparently, they had the power once upon a time, and somebody took this power. And, I mean, they don't get in this right away, but we're going through the story a lot faster nowadays. This staff could suck the power from those folks. Well, who did we see with the staff the first time around? The wizard, right? Okay.
Yes.
And this wizard, stole the power from them. They're holding him accountable. We find out they've got him locked in a dungeon. He's alive.
Yes.
You thought he was dead?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they basically showed he died.
He dusted in the first movie. He just crumbled into dirt.
Yeah. They never said in this movie how he came back, correct?
No.
No, they didn't really
No.
ever explain that, I don't think.
Dan, did you catch that? We were just talking about that at dinner.
No, I feel like he said something. I feel like he said something like, "Oh, my power was gone, so I disappeared." But when something brought him there to where he couldn't go back to the room of eternity or something, They like very broadly gave some non-explanation explanation.
You're right. It was like when he lost the power, he could no
Yeah.
longer stay there. You're right. It was something like
and
that.
when the staff broke, that released the prison that the daughters of Atlas were in.
Yes, that's what let them
So that's
out.
how they're now like here.
And then they have like a home base in the the nether, like another,
I'm guessing it's Mount Olympus is my guess.
like a floating castle in the
Yeah.
sky is their like home base.
Yeah, and their world's destroyed because all their powers were gone, and so the world.
the wizard
is dead.
used the staff to cut off all their magic.
Yeah,
And this is all like, we know this throughout the film. We learn this as we go. All unbeknownst to Shazam, to Billy Batson, right?
Team.
The team. Because all they're really trying to do is be superheroes, be kids taking care of the city. All the kids have like different little storylines going on and their own like, kind of stuff. But, the main stars you're going to be focused on are Billy Batson for sure. How about Freddie?
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman. Well, who's this actor? Anybody somebody got that handy?
Freddie Freeman is.
Well, that's Adrian Brody, right? Or not.
That's the
No.
superhero
Dylan
version.
Grazer.
Yeah, Jack
Grazer.
Dylan Grazer.
Yeah.
Adam Brody, not Adrian Brody.
Adam Brody plays the adult superhero version. This kid, is the star of the show.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
my book, he's the funniest
100%.
and the best part of the movie. Do we agree?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the one-liners that come to mind. So good, so funny. And the Shazam team's just trying to, keep it together, essentially. You kind of get an opening sequence with Billy as Shazam talking to like his childhood therapist.
Yeah.
like
Pediatrician.
A pediatrician,
Yeah.
yes. And, kind of opening up saying, like, I have fears that my family's going to abandon me again. I'm turning 18. Are they going to kick me out? I don't really have this relationship with my foster mom yet. And I just want the team to be together, but the kids are getting older. College years are around. The oldest of the kids is like, she's like, I want to go to college. And Billy's like, don't go to college. Stay here and
we're
be
a team. We need to be together.
We're a superhero team.
All or none.
And what does the news call this superhero team?
Philadelphia Fiascos.
Because they can't do anything
They're
right.
not having a great run of things.
They saved everybody.
They're kind of like a calamity.
Yeah, there's a bridge going down. They hear the call. This is like the big like test that we get to see like live and play out. And it seems like it's going okay. We saved like 170 people. Oh,
Countless lives.
Yeah.
countless lives. And she's like, it's literally
like 162.
Yeah. And he's like, we're going to stop this bridge from going down.
Yeah.
And then it's immediately down.
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
down.
bridge is in the water.
Yeah.
They just can't do it. They're just kids with superpowers.
Yeah.
We find out that it's all or none. It's where they all have to basically be superheroes together or none of them.
Yes.
But Freddy's the one that's kind of breaking that rule a bit or hesitant against that for sure.
Yeah, and I think we should get right into it. Why? Well, he's at high school. We get like the high school vibes again, showing these kids in school. Freddie, when he's a kid, he's got the crutch. He's got like some kind of disability that like makes it's hard for him to walk around a little bit. And out of the get-go, hot girl into him.
Yeah.
And just girl in school, like,
Yeah.
hey,
New girl. Hey, new girl.
she's getting picked on by the two bullies from the first movie. They brought those kids back
Yeah.
where they like took their truck up in
Yeah.
the sky and dropped it. And this girl Anne's they're like picking on her, and then Freddie comes in, saves the day, and she's like all about it. They're like they're kind of dating now.
Calls
like,
him a hero.
you're a hero.
Aren't you gonna walk me to class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like,
and Freddy's about it.
and I thought, what I thought to myself during this? I thought, you know what? This is awesome. Like, good for this movie. Like, finally, just like, let's let this nerd have the girl for no reason at all.
For real.
And then
She
was the bad guy.
Yeah, we find out it's he's trying to, show her the ropes and trying to impress her.
Yep.
Takes her to the roof.
Yeah.
Like, she's asking about the superheroes. Like, you want to meet him?
You want to meet him?
You want to meet one of these superheroes?
He pulls like a
I'll
Peter,
call-
like a Peter
yeah,
Parker.
I'll
or
call
a,
him on the phone right now. Just walks around the corner and here's Captain Every Power.
yeah, that's like a Clark Kent move.
Yeah, for sure.
And he shows up and he's like, I heard you're hanging out with Freddie.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's probably the coolest guy I know.
He's
Are you
the
guys-
real
Are you in
hero.
love with him?
Yeah.
You have a crush on him? Isn't he cute?
Yeah. It was kind of messed up. Like, it was just like, I'm pretending to be this adult.
Yeah.
And she's concerned. She's concerned about Freddie.
Yes.
Like, where did Freddie go?
So it's getting worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is he?
And then we get out of nowhere, the two sisters show up.
that we
and you're
met
like,
we met from the beginning.
yeah, what are they doing here? Finds out Anne is a third sister.
Yep.
Anthea.
Didn't we find out right before? Didn't we find this out right before this was when they were in the lair in the library, and because that's how they found out that there was the third sister. They were looking through all the books.
Oh yeah, they were doing.
They're like,
some
okay,
research.
there's not two, there's a third.
There's a third, but they never really mention it
until that point.
Until that point. Right?
Yes, you're right, Andy. They kind of like they helped
see,
everybody else out. They're
you see Helen Mirren, she's like 90, and then you see Lucy Liu, she's like 50.
You better watch out. She's not here. 50s. It's okay.
I'm guessing.
You really whispered that.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm still about Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu looking great, and then you got like this 18-year-old looking girl.
You got this 18-year-old, and you're like,
but she's 6,000.
Right. I'm not gonna put these pieces together.
And there's no explanation of like age or the gods or like why or what. It's just like, nope, that's just who they are.
Are they eternally this old, or do they always look like she's 6,000, but she looks,
And basically, 15? What you get with these sisters is kind of like a little bit of like a Goldilocks situation. It's kind of what you got here. You got middle bad. Lucy Liu is like, she's like the really bad. Helen Mirren's kind of like, I'm bad, but I'm still kind of.
You might be able to convince me.
You can maybe talk to me about something. And then the young girl was like all the way good.
Yeah, mostly.
Like pretty much. I mean, she gets converted like very quickly at the end. She's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And what is that? Okay, so what they want to steal the power from all the Shazam gods.
They get the staff back.
And they get it from Freddy first, and it proves like this is how it works. I take your powers.
They zap his powers.
You don't turn into him anymore.
This is after they force the wizard to fix the staff.
Yes, we get this with a scene with the sisters and the wizard in the dungeon.
In the prison.
They force his hand on the thing and use the power to say like, do it.
To mend it.
Say the word.
Yeah.
And he mends it, but not without taking himself a little splinter. And this allows him to have just enough magic in the cell to go.
Yeah. Find the champion.
Find the champion. And he gives a message to Shazam in his dreams.
Oh my god!
Wet dream he's having.
Yeah, his dream with Wonder Woman's torso.
Yeah. It's like they set it up as if it's like you think Shazam's.
You think this might be an actual thing?
This might be
they're
real.
Like in Paris, I think the Eiffel Tower was in the background. They're having a fancy dinner. And it seems like he's really trying to talk her out of a relationship.
Yeah, he's telling her it's not going to work.
Like he's letting her down. And it's
like, it's her, She got the outfit. You can see her from the back. They don't show her face.
Yeah. And,
But then.
He decides, you know what? Let's do this. He pulls out the mint, throws it in his mouth, crunches it up as fast as he can.
Like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Just crunch like. That was kind of funny.
That was funny.
And right before he kisses her,
boom, wizard face
on Gal Gadot body. Well, not really though. We know now it was a different actor, actress, actress. I don't know what's correct anymore.
Yeah, he basically explains, hey, the daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Yeah, he just breaks it down.
You got to do something before he can get out whatever he really needs to do.
It's pretty much up. It's pretty much he doesn't get to tell him what he needs to do, but he gives him a warning.
Yeah.
But it's too late.
Coming.
They show up and pretty much immediately they put a dome around the city.
Yeah, they steal Freddy's powers.
Take his powers and they fly off into the sky
on this big piece of roof.
Yeah. Yep. And as they're going up, Shazam's chasing them.
Yeah.
This is cool. I feel like they could have done more with like the flying a little bit here, because he really flew after him.
Well, when he came after him, they did the whole thing where Anthea was like shifting the buildings.
Whoa, like Doctor Strange.
That was one of my favorite parts. That was really cool.
Yeah,
and Shazam was flying through the buildings, dodging everything, and then just kind of got wiped out.
It went It was just like Doctor Strange there for a minute, where like she's just moving all
very
around.
Trippy powers.
The mirror dimension.
Yes,
just flying all around.
We can't forget the introduction of the very important supporting character, Steve. That's how they find out that there's a third daughter of Atlas, because they go to that library and we introduce Steve, which is the writing pen.
Freddy's been taken. The dome closes. They go back to the lair.
Yep.
The Rock of Eternity to kind of straighten things out.
And one of the kids,
I don't know, it was Pedro.
Maybe.
Said, hey, it's kind of this other room I didn't really tell anybody about.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about this, right? So they're staying in the lair, like the room where Billy got his powers, where he met the wizard in the first movie.
Yeah,
Since no one's there, they've just like taken up space, and they've got a portal, like a doorway in their house that goes to and from this thing.
Yeah.
And then within there is like the room of doors
Yes.
that goes to all the different doors. And then there just happened to be a whole library that was hidden.
Yeah, that Pedro didn't tell anyone about.
Billions of books
Yes, they're flapping all over the room,
flying
They
right off
come
the
out by
shelves.
themselves.
Flying.
Flying off the shelves.
I leaned over to Carrie during the movie and I said, when they built this library, they go, these books are going to fly right off the shelves.
God damn it.
And it's not bad.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, everybody can just leave. And they meet Steve the Pen.
Yeah, Steve the Pen.
Is this a character, Scotty?
Sentient pen.
No.
Pentient.
No.
Sentient.
Oh
Come
boy.
on.
Sorry.
Wah, wah.
Sorry about this. I don't have my boo button anymore. And what's the point of the pen? Tell us about the goddesses. They learn more about the history, what they want, how the staff works. We need to get it. We need to, we need to like talk with them. Oh, could we talk with them? Sure. Let's send them a letter. They end up using Steve to write the letter.
We've got special paper that you just say, hey, this pen will take down whatever you dictate, and then the paper folds up into, a bird and flies to whomever you would like.
And
We get the anagram
yes,
of the Shazam name.
yes, and it breaks down like
Breaks down into 6 different gods.
just like the
The
line
wisdom
from the
of
first movie when he says you got the
Solomon
wisdom of Solomon, the speed of God. We don't know these at all, do we? Jesus.
My Greek pantheon is really
Should have had Shazam open in this DC encyclopedia. Like, it's all the gods. Danny P, do you remember any of these god names?
Zeus.
Zeus was...
No.
Achilles.
Achilles was the speed one, I feel like. I don't know.
Mercury. is the
Yeah.
speed.
Yes.
Yes.
Scotty's got it.
Close.
I got it pulled up right now.
Okay.
Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury.
And they took the letters
The
from, like...
the letters from the first names of all of those make Shazam.
And that's where the name comes
That's
from.
where the name
But
and the magical name come from.
But to Dan's point, throughout the whole film, Shazam, Zachary Levi, Billy, talks a lot about, like, I don't know what my name is. I never did know. It was just a bunch of, the old man told me to say it, and that was it. And, like, in the paper, and, like, when people are talking about, like, the heroes, they're like, no one knows what to call them. They call them a whole bunch of stuff. And even at one point in the movie, they're yelling out names to him, like,
High Voltage.
way to go, High Voltage. Way to go, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, it's his original name.
Yes, and this, it carries through all the way to the end of the film. So, I don't know. They're definitely at play on something there. Danny, what do you think they were doing? To me, I feel like they're trying to be like, we're going to try to take this Captain Marvel name. You just watch.
Well, that was his original name.
Right.
And it was a lawsuit thing. So I think some of those are like other names that they had tried for him over time, and they ended up landing on Shazam as the comic book character's name. And I didn't look this up, but I think the guy in like the red and yellow shirt who like says Captain Marvel, I'm almost positive that's like one of
the really old guy in the street later on is from the original show.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I
I
love when they do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
From like the 60s or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so the mission becomes rescue Freddy. We've written them a letter. You get the funny scene where she reads the letter out loud. It's exactly what he said.
They're dictating the letter, and everybody's kind of pitching in and chiming in. He's like, yeah, leave that in there. That's a good idea. That's not a good idea.
Yep. And then the sisters decide, screw it, we're just going to kill the wizard and Freddy. And they like send them off to die down to the dragon that we find out exists.
Yeah, the protector of the garden.
The wooden dragon.
Yeah.
With the blue fire mouth that also can do like sonic.
It's like
fear.
Some sort of fear-based power.
Feargasms.
Yeah.
And right before before the dragon kills him up, Lady
Anthea shifts everything and saves him.
Saves him
from the dragon.
And tells him how to get out too. And before they get out, there's a
labyrinth.
So they also set up a meeting with Helen Mirren's character. I don't know if we have her name on hand. I'll try to use it. Anybody know it? The goddess name? Helen Mirren's character.
Hespera?
Hespera, yes.
She meets the Shazam team in person, essentially, and get into a fight. and we have this like crazy fight where they go
Right.
in the underground, like
Yeah.
through the street.
They immediately take Pedro's power.
Oh yeah, Pedro's done
Yeah.
right away. Pretty cool back and forth though, kind of like with the
Yeah.
powers and like
You got Mary and the other three.
Darla.
Yeah, I guess
Darla.
Darla.
creative fight scenes. I
It
feel
was
like.
okay.
I mean,
It was okay. Like the ropes around them, like choking them to death, like, and then like
Yeah.
Shazam's on the other side. And he's like, I have super speed, and he swaps her around. And
Yeah.
they end up kidnapping her, and they get her back to the thing. They lock her up.
They all escape through the porta potty that comes out of the room of doors.
The porta potty
Yeah.
portal. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Where
it
a guy was eating a burrito in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
what a weirdo.
Eat
A
a
great place to eat your burrito in the
gross.
porta
What
potty.
a weirdo.
God, and like that was a part of the shtick. They were like, you can just really smell that porta potty,
Yeah. It really sticks with you.
and like that's how they followed her through the labyrinth. They
Yeah.
were like, it
So
smells
yeah,
like
they lock her up
Yeah.
and then just leave her alone.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and then they go back. The one of the kids tries to bring her some Skittles.
Yeah,
You know, I don't want you to starve. You can only have the lemon Skittles. Boom, she's gone. Of course she's gone.
yep.
She wanted to get captured.
And why did she want to get captured?
She wanted the
apple.
apple, which is the seed for the tree of life,
She went apple picking for the
Yep.
for the tree of life apple.
which no one knew what it was. You know,
You know what
and throughout the movie they show him
Yeah.
walking around with the black apple
You know what Dan's gonna say? MacGuffin.
MacGuffin.
It was. I thought it was the
That-
stick. They switched it up. You know, they didn't even explain this MacGuffin. It was just something
Right.
that
I-
kind of popped up, and all of a sudden was an important plot device that
Yeah.
I was like, well, I know that's what she's gonna get because they've like zoomed in on it like 5 times already. So I'm sure she's grabbing that apple.
Yeah,
Not really sure what she's gonna do with it, but it'll
Thought it
lead to
was
some
gonna-
fight in the city.
thought it was going to be the flaming violin, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
No, but like the flaming violin comes back around pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Because
in this scene, you know, the Freddy and the wizard, they make their way to the door in the end of the labyrinth. They're getting ready to go through it, and Hespera comes out of it with the apple, and the wizard knows what it is.
Yeah, he's like, oh man,
That should have been in a safe place.
yeah,
Not
just sitting on some
and
desk.
not just sitting somewhere. So they've got to go back and get the apple, and
And he sneaks.
he sneaks,
Freddy sneaks.
tries. he takes it
And
successfully.
the wizard's like, I'll go get it. You're just a kid. And he's like, your knee cracks so bad it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear you
That
coming
was
from
funny.
a mile away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
And he like
then
stands up and
he
it
tests it, and you hear the pop, 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 pop.
He goes, okay, go.
All right.
And the funniest, just him sneaking and like rolling and so good. And then
Yeah.
gets it and loses it in the moment and just like gets caught.
Yeah, knocks over the stand.
But it's
But-
okay
Yeah,
because here's Shazam, right?
we get the flaming violin.
Right. What is
as
that?
a distraction.
Does anyone know what that is?
I'm sure there's
It's one of those
some sort
stupid
of
things.
Greek myth or something.
We're all just so
Yeah,
over it
I
at
don't
this
know,
point.
but you knew it was going to come back when they're like, oh, and there's just this random flaming violin in our lair.
This is gonna be a very key plot point to Shazam 3. I'm sure.
I watched the first one in preparation, on Monday, and I remember seeing that, and I was like, what? What is that? Because they do show it.
Yeah.
Well, they're here. They kind of have a little fight for a while, and the apple's bouncing around. Who's going to end up with it?
Freddy gets his powers back.
Freddy gets his powers back.
You
With
know,
his crutch.
She's holding the staff, and he just sticks the crutch in there. It says the magic word. Gets his power back. They steal the staff. They zip back out, and
Here comes the dragon.
they call forth the dragon.
Yes,
And
it's a dragon chase now.
They come through the door there,
And
and they don't even warn their family.
They're home free. They made it.
Mary and the other kids are standing there, and they're like, "What's going on?" Boom! Here comes a dragon head through the door.
They all go up to the bedroom, and they're like, "We just no more
Hey.
secrets. We're just
Yeah.
going to tell you about this."
They come out. The mom and dad are in bed. Yeah, like
Every superhero just
every
runs into the
superhero
room.
runs into the room, and Pedro.
And Pedro's comes out. He's gay.
Pedro, yeah,
He comes out of
like,
2 closets at once.
right.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know he was gay, it was because I guess he was watching the baseball.
Really into baseball.
Yes, that was the thing.
But it was no secret to everyone. They all knew.
Right, everyone knew.
Yeah, everybody
But he got
knows.
to have his moment and
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
the same moment where everyone says we're superheroes.
We're superheroes.
Yeah, I did laugh pretty hard because it was so unexpected that was the moment
Yeah. It was
that
funny.
was gonna happen. Then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that was clever.
And I mean, the dragon comes literally through the house.
Parents get dressed right in the nick of time.
Fly him out.
Here comes the dragon. Everybody zips out of the top of the house, which
Barely.
now they know why it keeps getting struck by lightning.
That's why it keeps getting struck by lightning. Like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
They just bought the house. That's just
Just
terrible.
bought-
Yeah, they
Terrible.
bought the house. It's destroyed. Rubble.
We'll figure it out. You just got to monetize those superheroes somehow.
For real. And then we're
In the
well
final
on our
act.
way.
Yeah.
We're well on our way to the end of this movie.
This is it. And the end of the movie is what? All right, I'm Lucy Liu. I always wanted more than just the power and the staff. I always wanted revenge for
Yeah.
what you guys did to my father. I mean, Shazam.
I want to destroy this world. I want to plant the seed here.
Yes.
I don't care if this seed will corrupt this world and fill it with monsters. These people are monsters, and they deserve the monsters.
And so you're going to get them.
And Helen Mirren is like, no,
I don't want
we
that.
need the seed for our realm.
Take it somewhere else.
to bring our world back to life.
Not just merge our world with some other world.
Right.
And also, it was like, I was going to say, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, it was like she didn't want that to happen. She did. They have the dome up still.
Yeah.
And Lucy Liu is like, I'm going to.
Calypso has control of the dragon.
Has like full control. She's riding
Yeah.
it. She looks like Boba Fett on top of like his thing.
She makes the dragon kill Hespera.
Oh, right. That's what
You
it
know,
is.
tail through
Yeah,
the chest.
that's right. That's the ultimate moment. She's
into
like,
the back through the chest. Anthea is like,
you just killed
what?
her. You just killed our
And,
sister.
you just killed our sister.
Yes.
And she goes, you want to be part of this world so bad, I'm going to make you human just like the rest of them. Goes to zap her, and she instantly makes her powers go crazy.
And it backs her up.
Pulls herself out of the situation. Didn't help.
It didn't help. And she
here
like
comes
sees
the-
it. She
the
still
blue
sees
blast.
it coming, and then
It's
all of a sudden
coming,
it
boom.
smokes her and takes away her powers too.
Yeah,
It can
she
take
looks
away
at her hands, the little symbols, swirly symbols.
So
are gone.
if you have that and you hit any god with it, you're getting their powers.
well, it's a battery.
It just
they
sucks
say that,
it.
hey, the staff is a battery for powers
You could get it back.
and power in general.
Yes.
You suck it out and leave them powerless, and
So-
it's now in the staff.
So after she kills the oldest sister, she takes that apple to a baseball field,
Yeah,
plants the seed. This tree comes up. It's like the tree of life.
instantly.
Instantly, and vines with big like embryo sacs
Yeah.
are all over the city. And here come the monsters.
Yeah, monsters, mythical beasts are being born all over the city.
You have the names of some of these beasts.
Yeah, you get the Minotaur, you get the unicorns.
Yeah, the unicorn. I mean, come on.
Siren or something like that, maybe?
Um,
That might have been one of them. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we got
we learn all-
the big bat ladies.
And these things are terrorizing.
Yeah.
They're killing people. They're messing up the city. And the youngest sister, Thena. I can't keep these names. straight.
Darla.
No, the youngest of the
Anne?
Anne. Yes.
Ann- oh yeah,
Anthea?
Anne, yeah.
And Theo, yeah. I'm like, is it one name or two names? She was like, this world was not meant for this. Like, it's normally very beautiful. This would have been like a really nice moment. You
Yeah.
know, had you not,
Flowers
these-
and fruit and stuff like that.
instead of like animals in the middle of the
Right.
highway.
This doesn't belong here. This tree is corrupted.
And we find out very quickly the kids are like using Steve the pen to like, what are these things scared of? Oh,
Yeah.
they're scared of unicorns. What are unicorns like? Oh, they like sweet nectar. Let's go
Yeah.
find some. We get the crazy scenes where they find the unicorns. They're all black. They're like vicious, but
We don't have ambrosia.
we don't have ambrosia, but we got Skittles. And I mean, did they pay
It's
for
like a
this?
rainbow.
It's the closest thing we've got.
I want to know who
to
Skittles,
ambrosia.
made friends with whoever this director was, because Skittles is all over this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Taste the rainbow.
It's James Gunn's favorite snack.
Skittles?
Fun fact.
No, it's
He
not.
told me.
No,
I'm just joking. I don't
you
know.
got me. I don't know.
Yeah, so this huge, terrifying looking unicorn
Yeah.
barreling at the kids full speed. Everybody's terrified except for Darla.
Yep.
She throws the Skittles down and instant best friends.
They're fine.
They control a whole herd of unicorns.
Then we're going to need more Skittles.
Yeah.
And then taste the motherfucking rainbow.
Taste the rainbow,
yes.
mother.
Yeah. That was Darla.
Yeah, very out of character, strange.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
My kids loved it.
Yeah, sure. Oh, a kid cussed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost.
Kind of.
Yeah. They're spearing all the beasts. Beasts are dying everywhere.
And basically it's coming down to, all right, we're not going to win this thing.
Yeah.
We've got to get that staff out of here. Thank goodness Helen Mirren didn't die.
Yeah, Hespera still alive.
Aspira's still alive.
Billy flies up to her.
Yep.
Please don't be dead. Please don't
Please.
be dead.
Yep.
Tries to give her the little paddle.
Shocks her.
Yeah, clear.
Boom.
Zap. And he goes to do it again. She goes, please don't do that.
She goes, please stop. Can I just die in peace?
Let me die.
That was good.
And he's like, all right, you can die, but I'm gonna need your help.
Can you shrink down the
You
dome?
need to bring the dome down.
Yep.
Basically explains that this is a battery. It's sucking up power, and she knows exactly what he's thinking.
I'm gonna blow it.
You're gonna use it to blow it, and you'll destroy everything in the sphere.
Yeah.
Well, let's make the sphere
A lot smaller.
a lot smaller.
Yep.
I can take out the staff and the tree and the lady Lucy Liu.
And I'll just assume that no one else is definitely not in this bubble.
Right. So
and,
yeah,
and this is it. This is the big climax here. This is like her on the dragon.
she's getting ready to eat Freddie and Anne
Yes.
in the parking lot. They finally get together.
Great scene. He's
Yeah.
he's powerful again, right? Like two times.
He's not showing any fear.
He's not.
The
he's
dragon brings out the fear, but he's showing that he doesn't have any.
and when Lucy Liu did the whisper thing to his eyes to try to make him give the names of all of his siblings, he was able to fight her.
He was able
And-
to
and-
fight
yeah.
it
and,
shortly.
And
yeah.
she was like, "Is he stronger than you? Like, what's going on with this kid? He's like
And
resilient."
that's when the bird note showed up, and she told him to stop
yeah, and it
right before he
right
started giving out the names.
just started saying Billy,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Dragon.
the dragon's about to get him, and Shazam grabs
Yeah.
him by the tail.
Goes to chomp, totally misses.
Yep,
Shazam grabbing the tail. That must be embarrassing as a dragon.
as a dragon, probably very unsatisfying,
Right.
Because it's about to like
You're made
fire.
out of wood, which is a weird flex.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
drags
and,
her.
and then he does the line where he says, "Freddie, Anne, don't."
Yeah,
And then Lucy Liu looks at him, and they're not doing anything.
yeah. And he just takes
just takes the staff,
and that's it.
and that's it. He's got it.
He's got it.
And then it's full chase mode.
And then it's chase mode. Getting like, and then they're chasing the dragon's blasting Shazam with fire, and he's like taking it into its mouth.
Yeah.
The first time
We get back to the tree.
you get back to the tree,
and she
shrinks it down,
Shrinks it down.
And there's this
then
moment
she
with the
realizes
sisters, like,
that Hespera is still alive.
yep,
She's talking to Hespera,
dragon
then-
flame in the dome.
the dome, and then Billy has a chance to
Charge it up.
go back to his family,
Oh, and has a
who was
family
on
moment.
the other side of the dome.
Yes,
Like, hey, look, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to do the hero thing. I'm
Yep.
going to do the self-sacrifice.
yeah,
Of course, they're like, no, it's all or none.
Yep.
He goes, look, it's you all get to live, and none of you get hurt,
yep.
and I'm going to take the bullet for this.
Maybe it's about
And-
time I did.
Right.
Because I mean, this is all his fault.
Right, yeah.
Wow. Breaking that stick in half.
Which we get a fun flashback to.
Oh, so
Like,
great.
who
How did this
broke-
happen? Like the
how did
wizard's
they
like,
break
how
the
did
staff?
he's like, well, I gave you this, and you have ruined everything. It's all your fault. He's like, what do you mean? How did I make
Right,
it?
I
And they
didn't
just flash
do it.
back.
Yeah,
It
he
cracks,
snaps the stick to take the power from the professor.
and
or
he threw
doctor or
it in a
whatever.
dumpster.
Yeah. Like, you left it there? And he's like, we were all there.
We were all there.
We were all there.
You all knew. I broke it. I walked off.
Yeah, so we get the final battle.
His suit is burning from the magic
His suit
fire,
is burning.
and it turns all the way black.
He's shooting lightning everywhere through the dome. It's bouncing off everywhere. It's charging up the staff. He's fighting the dragon. And
Like it burns him a little bit, but then it burns him all the way
then
down.
it burns him all the way.
Is that like a suit he wears at some point, like a black
No,
one?
I-
Like, I was like, are you Black Adam now?
Right.
Yeah, it looks exactly like his suit, honestly,
Yeah.
at one point. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's so dark.
Which-
that whole scene was so dark. You
Yeah.
could really.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later. But he finally gets the dragon where he wants him. stabs him with the stick,
Yeah.
yells the name, Shazam.
Like why he's like real
While
close.
he's,
It's all the way charged.
Yeah, while he's
biggest
stabbing
lightning
it.
bolt ever.
Yeah, comes down.
Boom.
Huge explosion fills the dome.
Kills him.
Helen Mirren, Hespera, she finally dies.
Toast.
The dome drops.
Yep.
The dust cloud goes everywhere.
Yep.
And then it's a search
For Billy.
For Billy.
All the family walking through the rubble, the parents, the kids,
Yeah.
and they find him.
Freddy finds him.
Freddy finds him. I mean, it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Here we go. Freddy
Yeah, you
carrying
think,
this
oh,
movie
this
on
is
its
it?
shoulders
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, there he is. There's going to be some sort of joke. There's going to be some sort of jab. He's going to act like he's
He's
dead.
dead. Yep.
And then come back at the last second and be like, oh, I really got you, brother. No, it doesn't happen. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Everybody's crying.
The scene is over, and we're at his
They're
funeral.
like, we're going to have to bury him with like a god.
I know, just
because
the place.
he was a god. And when Helen Mirren died, she goes, he really was a god.
Yep.
He really was a true god.
So follow me, family, to the Mount
To,
Olympus place.
yeah, Mount Olympus. That we're assuming they never say it. I don't think, but that's
That's-
where it was.
I mean, it's floating in the sky.
Yeah, and we've got a dead tree here. We've got the, trademark mounded dirt.
Yeah, we know.
They got the little lightning symbol that they've drawn
Somebody,
on the dirt. Like
barely.
you can't for a headstone. You can't
Yeah.
get him anything.
They just do just a finger. Like,
right. And then
Yeah.
Freddy puts the picture of them on the dirt.
Yeah, a lot of afterthoughts.
And, yeah, and they're like, all right, well,
He's dead. Nothing to do.
Isn't there any way you can bring him back? Oh no, there's no gods. The gods are all gone. The staff is dead.
The staff's dead.
Yeah, but wait, there is one god.
There is one scene that was in a trailer that we haven't seen in the movie yet.
Was that in the trailer?
I mean,
it came out like a week
yeah.
before the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
it
I
was.
got it.
Literally,
that was the one I didn't watch because I saw
Yeah,
like a bunch
yeah.
of stuff
Good.
that's like, don't watch the
Good
most
on
recent
you.
trailer.
Yep.
literally, they're like,
Same.
they're like, here's Shazam, and they're like, oh look, Shazam's back on. There's a dragon. They're like, and here's Wonder Woman at the end of the scene in the movie. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the? Here we go
It's because they
again.
were
I
looking
think
at the metrics saying
The
viewability
pre-sales.
and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
was off.
It's always like that. You're right, and I mean, I'm surprised it didn't help more. I mean, Wonder Woman,
Or maybe it did.
maybe it did. Maybe
Maybe
that
it
was the
did.
extra 15
Maybe
million.
it was a $25 million opening weekend, and
Yeah.
you got an extra 10 out of a Wonder Woman.
And here
appearance.
she
Here
is.
Yeah, she comes in.
Yep.
She's ready and willing. She grabs the staff,
Yep.
slams it on the ground, immediately flares to life. The flowers
are
growing,
blooming.
The birds are chirping.
Yep.
And bird lands on the pile of dirt, and boom, you get the fist out of the dirt.
Shazam, Billy Batson,
Shazam.
in Shazam form.
He crawls out, covered in dirt and dust, and immediately they're like, zombie.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, my family, my
Are
family.
you buried me?
You buried me? It's been like what, 5 minutes?"
Yeah.
And they,
What are you doing?
and they hug, and
Yeah.
then he sees Wonder Woman,
Wonder
and
Woman.
drops everything.
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, let me get through here, and he's dusting himself off.
He's like, "Oh,
He
hello,
comes
what's
up
up?"
and he starts talking to her, and she goes, I think you got a little something in here. And he's like wiping his mouth.
And he goes, "That was a spider."
Spider.
So that was gross and
I'm
embarrassing.
Love
going
it.
to turn 18 in a couple months.
And she goes,
Yeah.
"That is embarrassing."
Yeah. Just stick to being a superhero, Billy.
Excuse me.
And yeah, I mean, there you go. Wonder Woman. God grabs the staff, saves her, and says like, "Do good with your powers" or
Yeah.
something. You
just
know?
keep being a good superhero.
Yeah. And she as she's leaving, he can't help himself. He's like, "Hey, I'll be 18.
I'll be 18
in like 2
3
months."
Yeah. Yeah. And then we flash back to family dinner at the place.
Yeah, they're building the house. They're bringing it
rebuilding
back.
The house,
The
you
family's
know.
together.
He's calling the Rosa, his mom.
Yeah, your mom
No.
now.
Yeah.
They're not going to kick him out when he's 18.
Right. We get a knock at the door. Knock at the door. Who
Who's
is it?
this?
It's a wizard again.
Who could it be?
Wizard.
It's a wizard,
Wizard.
Harry.
It's a wizard. Yeah.
It's like,
But
Pimp
new
wizard.
and improved wizard.
yeah.
He's clean cut. He's got the big hat. He's got the goatee.
Pimp wizard.
The
He
suit.
needs to get his staff. He's get that pimp
Yeah.
cane.
Yeah, you think I was gonna just leave here without the? I'm not gonna leave this with you again. You idiots.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and I'll hold on to it.
Right.
And I'm gonna go see the
I'm gonna
world.
go see the world.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah,
And it's like that's it.
that's
And
you know,
they
it's
talk
all
about
about family.
the Shazam name. Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, what
Oh,
is my
this,
name?
and this is how it ends. This
Yeah.
is how they end the movie. Is like, what is my name? And he goes, Shazam. And he's like, I knew it.
Which is very inconvenient.
And then Freddy goes, or is it?
or is it?
Or
yeah,
something
I
like
could
that.
I
do
think
better.
we can
I
do
could
better.
do better.
Oh, we can do
we
better.
can do better.
And like that's the last thing you
Yeah.
get. Credits.
Yeah,
Like what? I mean, it's the second
it?
movie. It's the second movie called Shazam. So I don't know
Yeah.
what you're gonna do.
it makes me wonder, like, if someone's like, "Who are you?" and he's like Shazam, does he turn back into a kid when he says his name?
Oh,
How can he ever tell anyone who his name is?
yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
gotta
It's like,
get
what's
a-
your name?
a,
He's just
like a name tag.
Yeah,
Put on a suit that just says "Hello, my name is Shazam," and you
Just-
just go.
something. Yeah, it is weird, like not being able to say it so much.
right.
All right, 2 end credit scenes.
Yeah.
Should we just do it?
Yeah, scene number 1. We get some walking boots.
Got some what?
Some
Peacemaker
yeah,
friends.
Oh,
we're zoomed in on the shoes.
yes.
Walking
Walking boots.
down a pathway,
Got 2 people.
2 people.
Who
and
is
then
it?
You zoom
And-
out.
It is, and the names are Steve
Economos,
Economos, and
Harcourt.
Harcourt,
Yes.
Jennifer
Nice.
Holland, and Steve
Agee.
Agee
Yeah.
from Peacemaker,
Peacemaker.
like
part
they're
of
in
part of
character,
Waller's crew.
part of Waller's crew,
And
walking
they're
down.
They're going to recruit somebody.
Somebody
Who could it be?
know this guy. He's super powerful.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
He's
And
a little immature, but I heard he might be down for the team.
and it's that moment where they just show him.
And he's shooting lightning at some cans and bottles
Yeah,
at some sort of old gas station.
just at some
in
random
the 50s.
off on the side of the road, like
Yeah,
not meeting
like an
them
old
there.
Sinclair or something. Like, how did they find him?
And what was he
Why was he
doing?
doing? He's just, practicing his little lightning shoots.
And they have a whole dialogue. We want you to join.
The Justice.
This-
And yes, I'm in.
I'm in. I'm going to team
I've
up with
been
Wonder Woman. I've been
waiting
waiting
for
for the
this.
call. This is it.
I
Justice
can't
League.
Wait,
Justice Society.
is that the same as the Justice League?
No.
It's confusing.
I'm here for the Wonder Woman group. So if that's what this
right,
is.
if that's what this is, it's not.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay. Justice Society, what do we know? Black Adam.
Black Adam,
And that's it.
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Well, I just mean from the movie.
Yeah.
Black Adam. Yeah, you had Hawkman, Dr. Fate,
Cyclone.
Cyclone, the Atom.
Adam.
And then Jennifer Holland was in there with Amanda Waller. That was Black Adam. This is Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
So where does this go?
Exactly. Is Shazam going to be a peacemaker? We know the Waller. I hear no from Dan. Waller's going to be a project.
That would
Yeah,
be more
Waller's
likely.
definitely a project.
What do you think, Dan?
I don't think. I mean, maybe the plan is to run some of these characters in the Justice Society, so you still have them, but you keep them a little separate, and then you reboot everything else with Superman and the next Batman, and I don't know. Like, I feel like I got to see Flash,
Yep.
Yeah.
but I hope it answers more questions than it opens up.
Well, and again, right? It's like
So-
that. This is why this one's weird because it's the last
Yeah.
one before Flash. So what are they trying to plant seeds for? That maybe they didn't before, but they are now.
Yeah.
Will the seeds grow? Is the
Yeah.
question.
Guys, don't forget, there was another scene
Please tell us.
after the credits. We
God,
Flash.
we really stuck it out
Yeah.
too. It was late. It was a
Man.
Tuesday.
flash back to the prison cell, and the doctor is in there. Is this the same scene from Shazam 1? No, it's not,
But it is.
but it is. And you get the little inchworm
Again.
coming up.
Who,
He's,
who has always been in both times. It was like in the first movie, you see him in a little cage, like in the cave where the wizard is,
right.
for a moment, like
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah.
And then at the end of
He's
Shazam,
gone.
you get the
And then you
bad
get him to
guy in
show
the
up
prison
to
cell.
The doctor's prison cell.
And what would he say the first time? I have
I've
a
got
master plan.
Master plan. And then the second time he comes back and he's like, "Where have you been?
It's been
It's been 2
2
years." And he goes, "Well, I am just a worm." It takes me a long time to get places.
But it's time for me to finally tell you about the master plan. And it goes back to him, and
he's like, yeah? And he's like,
I'll be right back.
I got one more thing to do. And he starts slithering away. He's like, no.
And that was it.
And that was it.
I mean, is there even going to be
yeah, Mr. Mind.
All right, who's Mr. Mind?
Jerk.
Classic Shazam Captain Marvel villain.
So it's coming.
Oh, yeah. No.
What's coming?
No,
Who knows?
we're not going to get any payoff to that, I don't think.
I mean, I love that they showed it again, though.
Oh, yeah, it was funny. A funny
It was
throwback.
in the Flash is running and he just steps on him, and that's like the closure we get.
Yeah.
Like he was just
Hey,
killed
man,
when the Flash is running
You
around.
just wrote it.
There
you
you
go.
go. That's it.
I
That's what's
would
going to
take
happen.
that.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It would be.
All right. Well, I
That's
think
it.
that's
Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods.
There it is.
Wrap it up.
That was a movie. They made it.
That was a movie. They made it. It's a sequel. I mean, it was a lot of things, but I got to tell you, I laughed a lot. I had fun. I want to go around the table and hear from everybody. And I want to talk about any parts that we left out. Let's just go around. Danny P, we really burned through the story there. What'd you think of this movie? Let's just kind of kick it off. You don't have to get to the end yet. Just tell us what you're feeling.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. The comedy worked for me most of the time. I think Freddie's great. That actor's comedic timing is spot on. His face, everything makes him very likable. I didn't think the superhero family thing worked as well as I was hoping it would. And for me, the villains just didn't hit. I wasn't intimidated by them, and their plan seemed kind of confusing and wonky at times. The action scenes were hit or miss. A lot of dark at night fighting, which doesn't always work, and I don't think with the dragon in this one it particularly worked well. Some of the more lit scenes worked better. I liked the first Shazam, and this just didn't have some of the heart that I thought that one did. And while I enjoyed and had fun, I don't see myself watching this again anytime soon. I got it, I saw it, checked the box, but I wasn't upset, I wasn't mad. I wouldn't say I was very disappointed, because I thought the trailer did not look great, unfortunately. But I was with two buddies, and one of them liked it, but he's a pretty much just happy to be there, happy to go person, and the other one was like, that was terrible, which is what he said as we walked out of Black Adam also. But he went to Shazam with me, so we still have fun going. So
all right,
yeah.
Andy.
Yeah, I enjoyed this way more than the first one, and way more than I thought I would, especially with all the reviews that have come out the past week. I mean, I'm also, just like Shazam, Zachary Levi, I'm also a child in a grown man's body, so
That's
I
true.
really got this humor in this movie for real. I laughed so much. And that's one of the keys for me, I think, with what we're going to see in this next the Gunverse. I think the humor is going to be one of the best parts. And obviously, with Peter Safran being huge into this movie, I think we saw a little bit of the Gunn effect already. So
Yeah, I saw he was he a producer or a writer on the film? I saw his name in the credits, main credits.
I can't remember exactly. I think
Yeah.
produce was right. I think.
I gotcha. All right, gotcha. But you had a good time.
Oh yeah,
Had a lot of fun.
Steph loved it even more than I did. I think she was grinning ear to ear after the movie. I was like, wow, that's different. I just did not expect that at all. And maybe it was coming in with kind of lower expectations that helped, because a lot of we've talked about on the with Ant-Man, it had expectations it was going to be a Avengers level movie, but we got much less than that. So I mean, it's nice to be able to temper your expectations like that going into it, but
Yeah.
it's not always the case.
That's kind of like Dan said. You see the trailer and you're like, okay, this will be whatever. And then you go in there and you're like, oh, I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Because that expectations really do help.
Yeah.
Scotty,
Yeah, man, I really liked this movie. It was
you saw it twice
saw it twice.
in 3 days.
Yeah. It was super fun, fun for the family. Lots of action. If you enjoyed the first one, this is it.
It's a great sequel.
Yeah, it's a great sequel.
All the payoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, the humor, it was great. I had a really great time. And I really, really hope that this is a character that sticks around in the Gunverse.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, carry it over.
Maybe that's what the end credit scene's about.
I don't really know that I need any of the other characters here, except for maybe Mary Marvel.
Or Freddy.
Freddy, yeah, we could bring Freddy, but just as Freddy. I think some of the best interactions are when Freddy is Freddy and Billy is Shazam.
But what's his name did a great job. Like I think as far as Doppelganger,
Adam Brody.
Brody was the best. Like that was the best combo for me from like adult kid actor pair ups.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, super fun time.
All right.
And I think Andy's right with the expectations.
Yeah.
Like you're going in, you're like, this kind of universe is dead.
Yeah.
I don't really expect a whole lot from this movie.
Yeah.
And I think it just made it so much easier for you to enjoy it because the whole weight of a universe isn't on it.
Yeah. That's true. And I like even seeing Black Adam in theaters, like I still had like a good time because it was like similar experience, like no expectations.
Right.
Just like, what is this going to be? Just like a crazy superhero movie. This was that. I'll round us out. Get your ratings ready. We'll do that next to finish us up. And as we wrap up Shazam! Fury of the Gods, my take is start with a good. Had a great time. Laughed a lot more than I thought I would. You kind of like, is this even the Freddy kid, as funny as he is, 2 movies. And they're like older now, and like noticeably older.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of felt like Stranger Things again, where the age up is like very noticeable.
And it's only been 4 years.
Yeah, and
3 years.
That was interesting with the movie, right? Like it seems like a lot of time has passed age-wise for these kids, but it doesn't seem like a lot of time has passed from movie to movie.
Yeah, they're still in high school. They're
Yes.
still trying to get their stuff together.
Yeah, they're just now like as a team, like still being superheroes, but not been at it very long.
Yeah.
It seems like. I was the same as you, Dan. Like the villains, like take or leave them. Just like definitely plot movers, but like showed up, and cool to see Lucy Liu on screen. Again, just like in a fierce, fun role where she could just be on a dragon, like with this magic staff. Like I'm having the time of my life. And she's bringing it. And Zachary Levi, honestly, was probably he's probably my least favorite part. Like he's fine, and I mean he like looks the part. Like you can see why he's in that suit. I don't know if he was the best choice though. Like I just feel like the kid Billy Batson is awesome, and like that character.
We don't get a lot of him.
Barely
don't.
Hardly any.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids take a back seat, unfortunately. They're like, we paid for these suits. We're gonna get these suits in here. And Zachary Levi is just like he's just so goofy, and he plays it so much like a kid that's an adult that to me he loses the Billy Batson in that. He just becomes like some random kid.
Like it seems like Billy Batson is a lot more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then when he turns into Shazam, he gets a little over the edge.
Yeah, like ridiculously
really
too. Like
strange.
there was like an uncomfortable like feeling about like all of this is your fault, and you did break that stick. And not only that, but like, I tried to lightning the dome. It lightnings the building, and he's like, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many
Billy
people
never
are dead?
Acts like that.
Billy doesn't laugh
And
like
then
that.
I got that vibe from Darla as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
When she's a little kid, she's kind of serious, and as the superhero, she seems really babyish.
Like a baby.
Yeah. More, like 5 years old instead of like 10ish.
Yeah, they overdo it.
And it's a little strange, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? But at the end of the day, a lot of fun. Like I mean, laughing a lot. The action, found myself to where I could make it through every action sequence and just be like, this is good. This looks like the suits look amazing. The action sequences look pretty good. The dragon was like, I felt like they like definitely dropped a dragon into this movie a little bit. The monsters, like
the harpies,
and
the manticores, and all that stuff.
A lot going on, a convoluted, but like I'm here to roll with it. Like these are comic book movies now. Like don't be scared.
Throw it all in there, mix it up there, and see what you end up with.
You're turning the page. You're seeing the next, like, wow me, So like that was cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ratings in the back pocket. Let's start with our fourth chair from another state away, Danny P. Where do you put Shazam! Fury of the Gods?
Because the comedy worked more for me than Ant-Man, I'm going 2.9.
I knew it. Man, I feel like I'm gonna be close to you. I'll go Giggler next.
All right, I gave it a 3.2 out of 4. Honestly, only bad things is just credit scenes were a bit weak for me, and including the lame Avengers joke that they tried.
Yeah, that was weak.
It felt
Yeah,
like
Justice Society.
It was
we can do better than that.
It was completely like silent after that. Like the most silent I've ever heard after a credit scene ever in any movie.
Just like,
And then the other one, the second one, was even worse. So it's like, that's why I was just like, what are they doing here? I get that they don't really know, like you can't really tease much about the new universe or anything. Obviously, I'm not expecting that, but I just, it wasn't what I wanted.
well, I'll get Carrie's out of the way. She tied with you, 3.2.
Yeah, good choice, Carrie.
Scotty Scoop.
I'm gonna up you and go 3.3. I had a really good time.
Wow.
I had a good time.
Had a good time.
Enough that I wanted to see it again.
You know, here's what's gonna. All right, what was it?
3.3.
All right, I'm gonna say a 3.25.
Whoa.
Because
Wow.
and this
Ties.
is, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, it was gonna be a 3 for a minute. And, like, that was just me. Like, I have a bad empath problem where like all of you guys say your stuff and like it goes through my brain and it becomes the average. The real me, I at the end, whenever he came back to life and he climbs out of the thing and the family hugged, it got me.
It got you. I could tell.
And I was like, fuck, I'm like crying.
Yes.
So yeah, 3.25.
Nice.
Shazam. Fury of the Gods. DC.
Yeah.
A chapter is closing and a
is gonna
chapter is
happen?
beginning in The Flash in May. May?
I'm so
That
excited.
sounds about right.
Yeah,
May.
I think it's middle of May. Let's check it out.
That's great. I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah.
It's so close.
In,
Good.
I can't.
in the meantime, the finger
Damn it.
pointing has begun
June 16th.
behind the scenes
June 16th, that's right.
of Shazam.
What was that?
The behind the scenes, the finger pointing has begun.
Oh,
on-
really?
On
Oh,
why
yeah.
this is not what it should be
Oh,
box office wise.
what have you heard?
Zachary Levi has pointed the finger at Dwayne Johnson
Oh, my God.
and the Zack Snyder stands
Yeah.
for basically saying they're not going to see this movie. And
Oh, man.
for Dwayne Johnson basically muscling control of Black Adam,
Yeah.
cutting a final scene
Yep. I
that
heard
it was
this,
supposed to be Shazam that showed up and not Superman,
which made more sense.
which
No,
would have
I-
made more sense because Shazam and Black Adam
Are tied.
they're tied. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
I
related
read today
characters.
that Zachary Levi denied that he never said that.
Ooh.
Well, he did not say that. He shared a report that said that
It
on
said
his
the truth shall
Instagram.
set you free.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So he never explicitly said that, but he's sharing things that say this. And then Dwayne Johnson also shut down a cameo that he was supposed to make in the Shazam end credit scene.
I mean, yeah,
Why?
I heard that. And that just added up to me because,
Right.
like, the whole disconnect between.
It
was an
I
interesting
think it
thing.
boils down to Dwayne Johnson saying
Like, it not wanting it to be connected.
Shazam is not equal to me.
Yeah.
Superman is equal to me.
Exactly.
And it's not to me Black Adam, it's to me Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
It feels like that. It feels like he took the
like
character.
Superman is the big leagues,
Yes.
and Shazam is the college team.
Well, he needs to check himself because both Shazam movies are much more enjoyable than Black Adam.
Oh, 100%.
And it'd be
Way better. And Zachary Levi, while not great, I enjoy way more than I did Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
as
I
Black
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see those two go head to head, and I mean, they got their powers from the same wizard,
Right.
and like, it's almost like he's taking the role too serious. It's almost like
Yeah.
he fell too far into the character and became too much of a nemesis of Shazam.
For sure.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting watching this movie and like these two movies, like what happens next?
What happens next?
And like how like will you ever
where
look
are
back
we-
on
yeah.
these and remember, or like will they keep Shazam around? Will he be in the James Gunn stuff? It
Where are
seems
we
like
going
maybe
with Peacemaker and the Waller thing? Like he's been recruited, and they're still making that show.
yes.
What happens?
Yeah, and I'm like, if you're gonna start bringing Zachary Levi as Shazam into Peacemaker season 2, I just don't know if you're gonna keep me as
Right.
much
I
as
don't
a
think they'll
fan.
have the budget for the
Yeah.
special
Well, and I
effects
think
on
that
it.
might be a thing where maybe we get a lot of Billy Batson in a show like that,
Oh, there you go.
and maybe they just tease out like in the end of an episode or two where he turns into Shazam.
I mean,
and
don't
helps the
forget in
team.
Peacemaker when we saw the Justice League, it was like from behind. So I don't have a lot of confidence.
Well,
that we're
they did
gonna
have
get
Aquaman.
this movie.
Shazam wasn't even there.
Aquaman is in there, right?
That
Oh my God, I forgot about that. What a show.
did they
Yeah.
show his face?
They did. He like
Okay.
said something.
Oh yeah.
He did. He did.
He made something,
Okay.
some sort of joke about fish. I
Fish.
thought.
Oh,
but no
yeah.
one else really said anything.
Yeah, no,
But
nobody
they just,
else showed their
They
face.
just
I don't
showed
think.
them.
Yeah.
That was great.
I feel they might go the more Justice Society route at some point.
Yeah,
and
which
make
is-
a
oh, for
movie
sure.
out of that.
I guess. I just don't understand. Like, it's really
You got
funny.
HBO money, like, come on,
Yeah, you
do it.
you got to be doing.
Just do it.
you gotta
You're
be doing-
spending millions and millions an episode on.
Yeah, but you're still
Game of
writing off
Thrones.
Batgirl.
Well, if they're still work, if James Gunn's writing Superman Legacy, then like Justice League's gonna be like the first Avengers movie, maybe again one day, and like we
That's
saw how
fine.
it went the first
I
time.
hope it's like that. I hope it's a long time before we see the Justice League.
Right.
I hope each
Yeah.
character is done well or well enough, like the Avengers were, to where the payoff is there. They
Yeah.
jumped the gun in the last.
Yeah, show
in the
us.
Yeah.
Snyderverse.
There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
jumping the gun anymore.
Nice. And on that note,
We're on fire today, guys.
let's
Let
talk.
me just say that.
Let's talk about what's coming up. All sorts of things happening. That was a lot of DC, but there's a lot of Marvel on the horizon. So many things. We talked about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I thought it was fun to compare these two movies because they're so recently.
So
Roundtable.
very similar.
And
like,
you got to answer. Don't even think about it. Pick one: Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania or Shazam. Giggler.
Ant-Man. Kang.
Shazam.
Kang wins it.
Shazam. Way more fun.
Oh my gosh, Dan.
Shazam.
Ant-Man. 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out in like 2 months.
Yeah, May. Probably
3
less than 2 months.
It's pretty close. I mean, we're in March
Yeah.
still. Easy.
What do we got with John Wick this week?
Well, hold on. Here we go. We got another
Okay,
slide for
all
you.
right,
We got
all right,
John
all right.
Wick. Yeah, John Wick's coming up. Is that this week? John Wick 4?
John Wick 4 is on Friday.
Oh, shoot.
And
Okay.
then I think next weekend is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
And then
No,
the
it's
weekend
out.
after that,
That's out, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is out. wanna go
March
see that.
31st is Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons.
You know.
We
Oh,
still got
really?
yeah, we still got another week.
Sorry.
Yeah, calm down. I know Dungeons and
Well,
Dragons.
all the
guys.
reviews came out last
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
That's
they
why
did
I'm-
drop the
that's why I'm
embargo on that, and I'm
confused,
hearing
sorry.
really good things about that. And the week
Yeah, me
after
too.
that is Mario.
Yep, and then we also, and I'm going to talk about that one in a minute and preview our next episode. We got Creed 3 that's coming up soon.
That's out.
The Mandalorian is season 3.
Yeah, we got 3 episodes.
3 episodes
in.
are out.
Can't wait to go home and watch that newest episode.
In one word, how are you feeling about season 3 of The Mandalorian so far? Dan, you first.
Good.
Scott,
Great.
Andy, one
Same.
word. Same as Andy or same as Scotty?
Same. Yeah.
All right, my one word would be enjoyable.
All right. Can I change my word?
Yeah.
Mythosaur.
Oh, nice. All right, we'll do some more talking about that show for sure. And yeah, teasing out our next episode, episode 3 of season 4. We got a couple movies to choose from because per my scheduling, we either get. I feel like we'll talk about both. What will be decided is which will be the big meat and which will be like a mini meat.
Okay.
We have Blade Trinity, and we also have Super Mario Brothers,
Yes.
the movie.
Ooh.
I will definitely be going to see Mario Brothers with the whole family, so that'll
Yeah.
be in. And I've already watched Blade Trinity with Lila.
Yeah, I don't.
Already-
For me personally, I would have to have Blade Trinity be the meat. I think over the Mario movie. Like, I want to talk about the Mario movie for
That's
like
fair.
maybe 5 minutes. Like, honestly, with you talking about like
We've got
other movies that I would talk about more in the next
we've got,
episode, like
John Wick 4.
John Wick 4 I would talk about.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons. You're a mega fan.
Yeah, I'm going with the whole D&D squad for that one.
Maybe
for
you need to
sure.
bring them here, and you guys
Hey, I'll make every single one of them call in
at least get a voicemail.
Yeah.
I want to hear from the fans on that one.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so prepare for our live episode in sometime in April. But there's some many titles that you're going to hear about during What You Watchin', The Meet, and all the rest. Fan mail, news and rumors, What You Watchin' coming up. Go buy some merch. We appreciate you guys showing up. Go to mostlysuperheroes.com and buy some swag. Go ahead and subscribe everywhere you get your podcast and tell your friends. Another nice banger episode. Thank you guys for coming in here. I appreciate you so much. Nice grub. Good time at the theater. We're going to be at the theater a lot this year. Let's say some goodbyes and some farewells. We'll start with our guest, Danny P. Thanks for zooming in with us and spending a nice, fun Tuesday night with us. How about you say, give us a, what is it? What'd I say?
It's Wednesday. You said
Oh.
Wednesday.
I'm still living at the movie theater. A nice Wednesday night. Give us a nice farewell, Danny P.
Yeah, it's fun talking about this with all y'all. I definitely had fun. Excited to see what comes next. There's a lot of things on the horizon that I can't wait to talk about. Specifically Guardians 3 is going to be great. And, The Flash is, I see the trailer for that and I'm way more excited than I was going into Shazam. So I hope The Flash hits where I want it to.
Yep.
Ezra Miller aside, I do like him as the Flash. So
Yep.
I hope that he brings it as he typically does on screen. I hope that we get a really good movie that kind of gives us some idea of where we're headed, or at least some good closure to what we've been through.
Hell yeah. I like that because it's a nice teaser for things to come. Giggler, tell us goodbye and tell us about something you're excited about in your future.
Let's see. Honestly, I loved that we all saw the movie together last night. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we did a joint viewing, and
Yes.
even though we just sit there and watch the movie in a straight line and don't talk to each other,
And hold hands.
yeah, sometimes cry together.
Mhm.
But I mean, I loved it. We need to do that more often. So
Yeah.
let's get that back in the rotation.
Dinner
for sure.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Dinner
It
before.
won't be at Three Kings. We'll see you guys at Fridays next time. But
Hey,
Yeah, I'm just tired of roughing it there.
There's a lot of restaurants in the valley.
or
guys.
honestly, we can
It's really trying
we
to get
can
us out
go
there.
up
Get to
for
the valley.
yeah. I'm up for a whole change of scenery. Get a whole new theater.
And we got the Alamo Draft House. guys.
Alamo
let's
Draft
try it
House
out.
and the City Foundry would be cool. And I mean, Scotty, you mentioned it, doing events at the theaters. Like, this is, God, guys, we're headed there, but we at least got to pick out one movie
Yeah.
for the year and do
Yeah,
something.
let's do
Flash
that.
is it, man.
The Flash
I'm
might
in.
be it.
It's the most excited I've been for a movie in years.
That gives us 3 months to plan it.
Yeah.
But
All right.
special shout out that I don't know if you guys saw this on Facebook today, but who had an 8th year birthday today?
Who?
Jock and Nerd.
Jock and Nerd turned 8?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm giving it up. Jock and Nerd podcast,
I
one of
thought
the
that was pretty-
podcasts that inspired this podcast, and they are not stopping. I mean, they do an episode every week. I do not know how Imran finds the time.
Impressive,
Man.
honestly.
I'll tell you that. I do not know how.
I remember when we tried.
Juggernauts.
Oh man, there was a point when I went on their podcast in our second year. I was like, this year we're gonna do something new every day. I didn't have a full-time job at the time, so it seemed very possible. But man, he's got a full-time gig and making it work on the side. Independent podcast. If you're looking for another place to nerd out with similar stuff, go check them out. Happy birthday to you guys,
For sure.
Scotty Scoop.
Man, there's so much stuff coming up. I don't
Yeah.
even.
What's it like as like an adult man who was a big nerd as a kid, growing up with all these funny nerdy things, but now it's off the charts.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's just a constant stream of entertainment, and it's a wonder I get any sleep at all. And it's a wonder I've got any money in my bank account,
Yeah,
because
that's where it goes.
all the kids want to go see Shazam. That's 5 tickets on a Friday night
Oh,
at the biggest theater,
gotta go Tuesday.
and we gotta go, and get dinner beforehand.
Oh my, it's
Everybody wants ices and nachos,
a big night.
and
Yeah.
you're not walking out of the theater without spending $200.
What's what?
But we love it.
But it's not. I mean, you just keep going back.
Just keep going
I
back.
know. What was
You know?
cheesier, Zachary Levi's jokes or your movie theater
Oh,
experience?
Nora was the cheesiest.
Well,
Yeah.
if we keep this up and we do something,
Sorry.
if we do something right, maybe Andy's been struggle bus today. Yeah,
Jesus.
better. Andy's been telling us all night how he's better.
constantly
I said I
getting
have
worse.
a lingering cough, so
Do you have long COVID? Is that what it is? The long COVID?
no, it's just bronchitis.
Is it just the
Last,
cats?
like lingering cough?
Is it because of the cats that live here though?
No,
I
do
did
this at
rub a
home all
cat
day.
on your chair before you sat down.
I always right before he gets here, I just rub it on his mic.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, man, unprecedented times, unlimited things to talk about. And what I was gonna say was, if we do something right, maybe eventually we can get. I was doing free movie screenings, even just as a person. There's a way to like do that.
Yeah.
If we could get somebody to work with us,
God, people, please give
we
us
if
something.
we could work this out. I mean, we're in our 4th season. I think there's more things that are happening, more partnerships that are always being discussed, and being at the theater, creating red carpet type events for like fans and for us is goals of ours. But in the meantime, Andy, we'll keep seeing movies together. How about that?
Yeah, we've
I
got
like that
to.
idea.
John Wick.
All right.
Scott, what was your medical story?
So I had a root canal
Yeah.
on the 3rd of March, and last Tuesday they called me in to get the crown put on.
Okay.
I just had a temporary thing, so they go in and they numb up the left side of my mouth, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna let that stuff work its magic, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll get going." And I said, "Okay." I opened my mouth to test it, and my entire jaw dislocated.
Oh.
Yeah, it just dislocated. Everything moved to the right. I couldn't close my mouth. So I start freaking out, and the guy comes back, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I can't close my mouth." And he's like, "All right, let me go get the dentist." And she comes in, and she's like, "All right," she's totally deer in the headlights, doesn't know what's going on. She starts poking into my mouth, poking my jaw, trying to just like push it back in with her finger. And I've got a terrible gag reflex, so I'm just gagging the whole time. But I can't close my mouth to like swallow and stop the gag reflex, so I'm just gagging constantly. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know. I can't help it. It's fine. Do what you gotta do.
Oh my god.
And so they make me stand up and go over to the X-ray machine, and this thing swirls around my head and does the X-ray, and they did it for no reason because the lady couldn't help me. She goes, "Okay, well, I contacted an oral surgeon who's about 25 minutes away." And so I'm freaking the fuck out, right? Like, an oral surgeon? Are you kidding me? So I get in my truck and I'm driving there. My mouth is dry. I can't close it to drink anything. And, it's just hanging loose. And I get to the oral surgeon, and I'm going to walk in, and I'm really starting to get fucking worked up. And I start gagging again because my mouth is open and my tongue's hanging out.
Oh my god.
And I go in, and of course I knock on the window. The lady knows who I am, and she hands me a stack of paperwork to fill out.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there, so 20 minutes, I fill out all this paperwork, I hand it to them, they bring me back, and I sit in a chair, and they're like, "Okay, so we fit you in, so the doctor's just going to get to you when he can."
Oh my
And I'm
God.
like, "All right." So I sit there for about an hour and a half
Oh my god.
in the chair. And they make me get another X-ray in the same machine. And then eventually the doctor comes in, and he's like, "All right, well, here's what you got. We see this pretty regularly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my nurse come in, and she's going to take a video of me fixing your jaw so I can send it to the dentist, because she should really know how to do this." And basically, he just he doesn't straddle the chair, but he just like leans over me, and he puts his thumbs in my mouth on either set of molars, and he pushes my jaw down and back. 5 seconds, it's back in place.
Jeez.
Complete 3-hour nightmare.
Oh
Yeah.
And I will never take for granted the ability to close my mouth.
I know. Since you've told me it, all I think about it's like in my mind
Hey,
too. When I eat,
Yeah, you just change what I do at the dentist if I get numbed up. Like I'm barely going to be ever opening my mouth just on the off
Yeah.
chance
So,
that happens.
just a word
Yeah.
to the wise: if you ever get dental work done and they ask you to put in the bite block,
Right.
do not put in the bite block
That opened your mouth too much.
because it opens your mouth, and as you're sitting there, you know, you're trying to adjust,
and it
just keeps sliding back.
further and further.
Further and further and further,
Oh,
and the
God.
doctor said, you know, your tendons get loose, and then it can just pop out.
Oh my God.
And so,
And the,
like,
and
oh
you,
my
I mean,
God.
I
hate that
picture
story.
it. Just you driving with it is
Yeah,
like
with
ridiculous.
my mouth just open, and now like my jaw. It's been a week. This was last Tuesday. Still super sore, and I still can't open it all the way.
Jeez.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you gotta take it slow.
Like,
you gotta let it like heal and
I made sure
just
I
eat
ordered
mac and
like
cheese and soup.
a thin sandwich
Yeah,
at the gramophone.
I didn't even think about sandwiches.
And I was like, I have to like kind of push it down on my bottom
Oh,
teeth
God.
and rock the sandwich up in there.
Carrie
and
couldn't
then-
even like look at him last
Yeah.
night. It was so funny.
It was ridiculous.
I'm glad you're okay.
That's
Yeah.
terrible, but that's my favorite of all your medical stories.
But you know, in
It makes me think, what's next?
in
Yeah.
3 weeks, I've got to go back in because I've just got a temporary
Crown?
hole.
Oh, they gotta like fill
Like
it
they
up.
filled the.
It's a root
they-
canal?
Yeah, they did the root canal and they filled it with temporary stuff.
But you're not done.
But I'm not done. They've got to build it up and give me a temporary crown while they make the real crown, and
What-
then I have to go back again and get that put on.
You have to double up your anxiety medicine before you go in
I
there.
don't have anxiety medicine.
You're gonna find
I
some
might have to get some anxiety medicine from
for
you
this
guys.
one, right? Yeah, we can find you some. Hey,
Please.
there's anxiety medicine all around Missouri now.
Yeah.
It's all
That's
around.
a good point. Might know where to find some.
There you go, Danny. You got
There
it.
you go,
You got
man.
the story. Thanks for the reminder. I can sneak that in. That might just be patron content.
There we go.
Like, hey, we forgot to sneak it in, but if you
want
to hear it,
personally, like God, what now? You know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jeez,
no,
man.
I'm pissed at
Sorry.
myself for forgetting to bring it up, but I'm glad we got it while we're
Yeah.
here. That's Mostly Superheroes, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Get ready for a whole great new episode next month. In the meantime, plenty to keep you up to speed at mostlysuperheroes.com. So check us out there, subscribe, tell a friend, enjoy, and make it a cool life. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Oh, update to the vasectomy. I'm sperm free.
Did you do your test?
Yeah, we got the test done.
You're shooting blanks?
I did the test, and the doctor sent back one sentence. You're free and you can go without protection.
Oh my God.
That's all I got back from the doctor.
Oh
when I
my
did this.
God. Well, congrats.
Thanks.
Congrats. So yeah, you're free game.
Yeah,
Lucky Shanna.
that's right.
There you go. You guys did it. My God, vasectomy, loose jaw, root canals. Like I said, my only question is like, what's next?
What's
I'm
next?
like, it's
I
always
don't
going to
wanna
be
know.
I'm
something.
gonna have to go out and like get some sort of elective surgery
You do have to
just
start.
so I have a story.
We've joked too much about you starting your own podcast. It is like there it is. You got to know.
Medical mysteries.
There's
with
a-
Scotty Scoop.
There's at least 6 episodes.